went a bit too high then. Not that there's anybody here to notice, but let's get it back into the realms of normalcy. Well, I'm all on my own at the moment. Oh, I've got one person joining me. Hi, one person. I need to sort my colours out so I can start doing a granny square. So I can be doing that before anybody else comes to join me, can't I? Seeing as there's only one person here at the minute. I'll sort my colours out while I wait. Oh, I've got 3 people here now. So maybe somebody will say hello in a moment. And then I won't think I'm here on my own. Sorting out my colours, by the way, for my granny squares. In case you wonder what I'm doing. I don't have Rosie here to go and run off with things into the garden. Which was a bit of a... Hi, Ella. A bit of a what's it the other day. When Rosie decided to gallop off into the garden. Hi, Chris. With my ball of wool. She tripped it all the way around the garden and she gathered up a load of grass. So when I come to wind it all up again, I finished up with half the lawn on my lap. She's not here today. She's gone to my younger granddaughters because my family are going away. So, and I can't look after 2 dogs. So, hi, Denisha. Just sorting out my colours. See what colours I want to use. I try to do each lot of squares a different colour. It's a bit difficult, really, actually. You know, like blue and green, not fit to be seen. What did they say? Do I care? No. No, I don't care. Right, I want cream in there. I want green. Hi, Ginger. Hi, Chrissy. Right, I need 6 colours. I've got 1 because that's the outside colour. Got the pink, that's on the outside. So I need another 2 colours. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Esther. The weather has been absolutely glorious. How many squares have I made so far? 50. But that's like about a drop in the ocean. It's absolutely been glorious today. My niece came and we went to, it's called Affinity. It used to be called Freeport. And we saw the boats and stuff. We had a good time, yeah. Right, shall I do one that's nearly all greens? Shall I? Right, who else is missing? Come in. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Jane. Hi, Eason. Hi, June. Just trying to get my colours sorted out here. I don't know whether to do 3 greens or 2 greens. Right, if I don't do that green, because I had that green in the last square I did. If I don't do that green, I'm still a colour short. Oh dear. Right, let's sort out. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Oh, I've lost everybody. Oh my goodness. Where is everybody? Ah, there you all are. I pressed the wrong thing and it just disappeared again. Right, I need another colour. Oh, gosh. Right. It's terribly difficult trying to pick the colours when you don't want all the squares to look exactly the same. I'm still choosing colours, Tracy, so I'll let you know when I've chosen. So I put lilac in again. Probably put lilac in again, yeah. Hi Donna, hi Amelia, hi Denise. I know I told Chris we missed him last week. Right, my colours I've chosen now. I'm going to start with the cream, go to that sort of greeny colour. It looks blue, but it's not, it's actually green. Then lemon, then the other green, then the lilac, then the pink. But I may choose to put the lilac somewhere different. I may choose to put the lilac next to the green just to be different. I don't like to do them all. Yeah. Yeah, people were saying, where's Chris? Where's Chris? It was Miguel's birthday. That's why I've got happy belated birthday greetings to Miguel. Because it was his birthday in the week, I think. So I don't know whether he'll come on or not, but at least I've got a touch of the sun, but I've also got a bit of makeup on because I've got bags under my eyes. You know, I've got to have, what am I making? I'm making 3. You know how much I hate blankets. You know, I really, really loathe blankets. So why have I been volunteered to make 3 throws for the conservatory? A 3-seater settee, a 2-seater settee, and a chair. Now, when they will get done is anybody's business, because it's going to take me. I'm starting with the largest one, so I don't even know how many squares I've got to get. So I'm just ploughing on, making squares. I thought I'll do about 100 and then see how little. I would imagine it'd probably be about 300 for the big chair, the big sofa. Well, my niece came today. We had a lovely, lovely day out. We went to Affinity, what used to be called Freeport. We looked around the shops there. I bought myself a clock for my bedroom. It's got a picture of a bee in the middle, and it says happy underneath it. So my clock actually says be happy. Oh, happy birthday to Isaac then as well, Denise, yeah. Did I see the red arrows? No, I heard helicopters going over, but I didn't see the red arrows, no. And then we went into Cleveland's and we had a lovely lunch. I had a toasty, ham and cheese toasty. And then we came back and sat in the garden. I bought myself a new mascara because I needed a waterproof one. Because as you know, I've got cataracts, which means my eyes just run. Which is not very good when you're wearing normal mascara. You finish up looking like Kiss. So I bought a new Kohl, not a lump of Kohl eyeliner from the Body Shop, because I love the Body Shop. And we tried all the perfumes in the Body Shop. Didn't buy any, but we tried them all. My niece bought a couple of things from the Body Shop as well. And then we went, where else did we go? Superdrug. Very exciting. What did I buy in Superdrug? Oh, some face cream. Trying to get rid of the wrinkles. I think that's all I bought, really. What else did I buy? Oh, no, I bought one of those diffusers. You know, they're like liquid thing, aren't they, with little sticks sticking out the top. I like them in the bathroom, you know, to dispel any of the, you know, the aromas that we don't like here. Did I get to go to this? No, we're trying to arrange it, but it's a little bit difficult because my niece has to go back to work very soon. Her mum is selling her house, so she's helping her mum with that. I'm waiting to hear about my colonoscopy and my eyes. And I don't know what's going to happen because I got a phone call yesterday saying that they want to do both eyes at once, which should be great. So, you know, if you see me going like that, you'll know I can't see you. Apparently the reverse will be true. I'll be able to see long distance, but I won't be able to see close up. I'll have to have some glasses to you know, to see close work. So I'm just hoping I'm going to be able to see to crochet when I've had them done. Because if it's going to be a few weeks before they settle down, I'm going to be going crackers. But I didn't know they did both at once. Apparently they're both bad, really bad. That's why I can't see a darn thing. Everything's blurred. And they said if they do one eye, that I could be sort of a bit unbalanced. Well, I suffer with vertigo anyway, so me being unbalanced with my eyes, and that should be fun. So we haven't been able to book the spa because we don't know quite when all these things are going to happen. So, I mean, they may decide not to do both. It was just the bloke on the phone. I presume he's some kind of a consultant that said they were going to do both at once. So the bee clock does not tick because it's in my bedroom. So it's a tickless one, yeah. But it wouldn't bother me because I quite like a tick. So, oh, hi, Kaz, yeah. Yeah, for logistical purposes, I'd like to have them both done at once, but I'm just hoping I'll be able to see. Now, the family are going away for a week tomorrow, so you might see a video because I'm going to empty my shed of all my garments and I'm going to put them in the conservatory because and put my rail up and actually do a really good sort out, which I've been promising to do since I got here, really. Well, since I got the shed. But I've never been able to make a mess, if you know what I mean, because, you know, those who have to be obeyed, you know, wouldn't like it. So I can make as much mess as I want for a week. I must find out as well what days Poppy's being dog walked. I haven't got the puppy. The puppy's not here, so it's all peaceful. No, I haven't got my CPAP machine yet. I've got to go on the 1st of September, so I'll have to get a taxi for that because, you know, the people here are away. So I'll have to go and pick, hopefully I think they're going to give me one on the 1st of September. So we shall see how we go with that. They have to be obeyed, yeah. They don't like mess. But you know me, I survive in a clutter and mess, and I'm only happy when I'm up to my eyeballs in crocheting. I spoke to Sue, by the way. She's still hoping to come down soon. So I'm gonna have to make a video of her if it's only for 5 minutes because everybody's going, where's Sue? Where's Sue? Where's Sue? Those of you who follow Kelly, by the way, she's put a new video up. I think it was a couple of days ago. Yeah, a couple of days ago she put a new video up. Those of you who watch Crafted by Kelly X. Yeah. So I watched that today. Yeah, we all missed Chris, didn't we, last week? We did. Where's the birthday boy? I don't know. He's always late, isn't he, these days? He's got such a wild social life as our Miguel. You know, the little boy who never used to go anywhere. Yeah, she's back doing her crocheting, according to her, yeah. She's been very quiet of late, you know, so it's nice to see her back in the on the videos, even if it wasn't a long one, but nice to see her back again. And she was looking well, wasn't she? So I watched that today. I do watch some videos. Not many, I must admit, not many. Oh, you missed us as well, did you, Chris? We really missed you. Everybody kept saying, where's Chris? Where's Chris? You know. I'm doing all my centres. I'm doing them in 10s. And I do them one colour at a time. I can't do with all this swapping and trucking about with different colours. Can't cope with it. Yeah. Upstairs, he's getting ready to go on a holiday for a week. So leaving me all on my own, yo. See if I can manage. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I've done like a weekend on my own. Not done a full week yet. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, hi, Connie. Hi, Connie. Whoever else I've missed, hello. Yeah, I've done like 50 squares. I have to keep hiding them because of the pup, but she's not here for a week, so I'll be able to spread my crochet in. What am I making today? Boring old granny squares, Connie. I've got to make about 6 million granny squares to make throws, which, you know, is my favourite. You know, I'd rather do a garment any day. But there's no sense keep making garments if I'm not selling anything at the minute because I'm not even trying at the minute. But I'm hoping to get rid of a load of stuff. I don't know how, why, or when, or where, but I've got to get rid of some of the stuff out of the shed. Not the wool, just the garments, hopefully. So watch out for videos coming, because there'll definitely be videos. Because I've actually bought a battery for my remote for my camera. So you're going to try your hand at knitting again, Chris? I like knitting. It's just knitting doesn't like my shoulders. I mean, I do physically like the garments, you know, knitted garments, but I couldn't knit a full size one anymore because my shoulders just wouldn't let me. I was looking at neck massagers, but a lot of them are done with batteries, and some of them is saying that it's deep massage, which I don't want. I need an osteopath, really, actually, to get my neck back in flutter again. I've got spondylitis in my neck and arthritis in my neck, so it's all, you know, even when I crochet it hurts, but when I knit it hurts me even more. Yeah, knit along. I can't do shawls knitting because I can't knit on a circular needle. So even hats are out of the question because I can't go. I have to do them on 4 needles. I can't use a circular needle to save my soul. Hey, I need to sort my shed out because when Sue comes down, she's bringing my fixer-upper doll's house. So I need somewhere to put that while I get it all painted and decorated. Yeah, I was looking online at this designer crocheting again, you know. And it's so disheartening. You look online at this designer crochets and they're like hundreds of pounds for a sweater and thousands of pounds for a sweater. And you're like, most of us can't even get the price of the wool. Yeah, it's difficult when it's memorial. It's coming up to my dad's memorial as well. I try not to think too much about it. I don't know. It's funny, isn't it? You know, I cannot remember when my mum died. My brother knew, and of course my brother's died now, so I can't ask him. I know where my dad was born and I know where my dad died, but I cannot remember where my mum died. I can't even think. And I obviously never wrote it in a diary or never wrote it anywhere. And, it's like things you want to ask your brother and he's not here anymore. So, well, I'm already got backache because I'm sitting on the chair wrong. So you'll have to excuse me a minute while I sort myself out. I will not sit back on a chair because the back leans backwards on this chair. And so I have to go further back than what I want to get comfy. So I'm sorry if I've gone further back to you. Sorry about that, but my back's hurting already. And now I can't read any. And now I can't read any of the comments. I'm a thrower, I think, when I'm knitting. It's funny you say, I learned to knit one way and I cannot unlearn it, which is why I can't knit on circular needles, because I can't knit down here. I can't knit what I call free. I can't get my tension right because I can't hold the wool right. So I cannot do anything on a circular needle. I've tried and tried. And I finished up giving all my circular needles away. I just couldn't do it at all. So I gave up. Yeah, I tried the continental and I just can't. I can sort of knit continental, but to me it's really, really slow. But I could never get to the purl. Could never work out how they do the purl. To me it's awkward doing the purl. You have to like hook it through, and it really hurt my wrist trying to do the purl continental style. Yeah, sort of everything hurts my wrists in the air. I've got arthritis running through me everywhere. So I don't know why I'm bothering. Yeah. Oh, my necklace, yeah, it's wooden beads. And this is a very delicate pink. It's not looking it. But my dress has actually got some lilac-y pink in it. Yeah, Kelly knits some circulars as well, but I cannot get the hang of them. Sue doesn't knit at all. She can knit just about, but she doesn't like to knit. She's like me, she prefers to crochet. Right, enjoy your cuppa, Connie, yeah? Yeah, don't ask me what the pattern is. Kelly made it as well, so she might know. I know it's out of a Peyton's book. And it's actually a little cardigan or a dress, would you believe? I must still have the pattern, but I am still not organised. I just pushed all my books onto the shelves any old how, just sorting them out. And I need to take them all off the shelf and sort them all out. So at least I know where to start looking, where to look where the children's is, the baby's is. Oh, the close-up of my necklace, it's wooden beads, if you can see them. Round ones and flat ones, but they're all wooden, yeah. So I need to sort them out so I know where to look when I want a certain pattern, because now at the moment they're just no rhyme, no reason, they're just anywhere. So I want to sort them out again. So like the shawl patterns are in one place. You know, the children's patterns are in another place. The baby patterns are in another place. But at the moment, they're just like, ugh. But at the time, I was just concentrating on putting them on the shelf. I mean, my wool is nearly getting sorted out into colours from the sea. I suppose it's the greens, different shades of green. I suppose they are, really. You know me with necklaces. I mean, I don't have half the necklaces I used to. I got rid of so many of them when I came here. And I've had to sort them out again now because I had to get rid of the drawers I had them in. Oh, this is hand crocheted, yeah. Top down. It's done in Sirdar Silky look, which they don't do anymore, and it is gorgeous wool. I don't know why they stopped making it, but they did. I love it. I used to love crochet with it. Mistletoe. What the? Yeah, I suppose it does really, doesn't it? It's got little bubbles on it, hasn't it? Yeah, and I need to sort out. Oh, I'm going to be doing a lot of sorting this week. I'm going to take everything out from underneath my bed. I've got one of those up and over beds. And take all my sweaters down from the top of the wardrobe that I can't reach and put them under the bed where I can reach. Because when it starts getting colder weather, I'm going to be wearing my sweaters. And they're no good if they're at the top of the wardrobe and I can't get to them, are they? You know. So I've got stuff under the bed, like spare bedding. And when I say spare bedding, I mean unopened bedding, brand new bedding. So I don't, I've got the sets I need to wash them and swap over. So I'm going to put the unopened ones in the wardrobe at the top and bring my sweaters down. Because it's nearly sweater weather. You haven't been kissed in too long. Neither have I, unless you count the dog. The dog gives me kisses when I don't want them, really, yeah. Yeah, I need to do a little bit of shopping. My son took me shopping to get some stuff in. And I'm like, the ready meals and everything. And he's going, you can cook, And I went, nah. I've got sausages. I've got to cook some sausages. So, and I've got some bacon. So that's my idea of cooking these days, sausages or bacon. They get fancy sausages with bits and herbs and in. I don't like that sort of stuff. I've just got plain sausages. Plain sausage. Because I'm a plain person. Oh, you'll come and cook for me, right? Okay, Kaz. Come right over. I used to cook all of the time. But I got out of the habit, really, after I had my spine done. And that's about 12 years ago. And I got into the habit of just buying ready meals because I couldn't stand to cook. And really, since then, I've still never been able to stand. I can't stand chopping veggies up, and I can't sit chopping veggies up because I haven't got a table, and you can't get your knees up to a worktop. You can't put your knees underneath like a worktop to peel veggies. And I'm not bringing them in the front room. And we still haven't got the dining room done yet. That's the one room that has nothing done to it. It's an empty room at the minute. We've chosen the table. And we will get it before Christmas, obviously, because the family will be here for Christmas. So we will get the table, but it was kind of expensive. So, oh, I inherited stitches. So we need to, recoup. We spent really an awful lot of money on this house. So we need to take a breath, really, before we buy a dining table. I used to love to cook at one time, Kaz, but the mood goes off you. 2, 4, 6, 8. Right, I've done 10 circles. Yeah, I watched Kelly. Yeah, I did see her. I saw her today. Hi, Trudy. Yeah, I watched Kelly today. I don't mind watching videos like Kelly's because they're short. When I look at people's videos and they're like an hour, I'm like, nah, leave it. I'll look at it later. And of course, I never do. Oh, Chris likes cooking. Chris wants to come to the UK, I think. I think he'd like that. Oh my goodness, 105. It was a glorious, glorious day today, but nothing like 105. I'm not sure what it was today, actually. Man, it'll tell me what it is now. And it's cooled down, hasn't it, now? It's 60 degrees F. I don't know what it is in centigrade. I don't do centigrades. My niece took a photograph of the boats today. Let me have a look if I can find it, yeah. Can you see the boats? That's where we went, looking at the boats. Oh, she took another one. Yeah, two pictures with the boats. There was somebody on board one of them actually having a cup of tea. But you have to wait to a certain high tide or something before they can go out to sea, because they have to float out the moorings, yeah. But they were quite happy just sitting on the end of the boat having a cup of tea, so whatever. I'd buy a sailing boat if I had the money, but then I'd have to have a crew. I'd have to have somebody who could crew for me. We could kidnap him. I don't think Chris would like the rain here. The weather here is either gorgeous or raining and cold. There's no in between here. It's one or the other. You get up one morning and you look out and it's a sweater and trousers kind of day. And then you look out like this morning and it was so sunny, it was gorgeous. But there's no rhyme or reason to our weather. It's either one thing or the other. So it's either gorgeous or raining. You'd love to live in overcast or rain. My niece said that to me today. She used to love my garden in my old house because it had a beautiful view of the church and everything. It wasn't overlooked. All you could see was the church and the trees, and it was so quiet and peaceful. You couldn't see the houses, even though there was houses near me. Couldn't see them. And I said to her, do you like this garden? Because my garden's really nice and sunny like it was today. And she goes, yeah, but there's no view. I mean, the only view is looking at my shed, It's not exactly wonderful looking at my shed. But the sun's here. But the view's missing. Hello, it's so awful, isn't it? It's like that, Connie. You don't know whether to put your coat on or not. I always put my coat in. I've got like a backpack on my scooter. So I always put my coat or a fleece or something. because I can go out and it can be absolutely gorgeous. I can go out like this. And then coming back along the seafront, I'm freezing. Because the wind's blowing and it's cold and ooh. And I've got my fleece on then. You know, my son says, oh, it's just a bit of a breeze, but I don't like breeze. Especially if it's on me, because I get earache really, really easily. So if the wind's coming off the sea, it sort of comes sideways and hits this ear. And my ear doesn't like it. I should really, you know, have a hat or something. But you look a bit of a twit, don't you, with the sundress on and a woolly hat or something. And sun hats don't work, or, you know, what do you call them? Those peak caps don't work because they don't cover your ears. And it's actually my ears that catch the... with me, it's my neck. I cannot stand not having the back of my neck covered up. You know, when you wear a dress that's got a low scooped back, I can't stand that no matter how warm it is. I like my dresses to have like a backing, you know, at the back of my neck. Oh, don't start Miguel off on about that rosy wrap. Please don't start him off again about that rosy wrap. I do not suit. I've watched umpteen videos on how to tie a scarf. You know, you tie them round and you tie them with a big bow. I've watched umpteen videos and I try, and I just have hysterics when I try one on myself. Because I just start laughing. I just don't suit them. I look like I'm going to mop the floor. I look like those women in the war, you know, the ones who used to work in the you know, the industry, making bombs or something. Oh, God. Some people can wear them and look fantastically stylish. I've tried all methods of headscarves, all methods. Yeah, I cannot wear anything. I can wear a hat. When I had a shop, every winter, they used to, no, I mean the scarves that you tie around and you put a bow on them and, you know, put them on one side and everybody looks fantastic wearing them. Not me. Every winter when I had a shop, I used to make about 6 or 7 hats before I actually found one that I didn't look stupid in. And my customers used to come in, and you know, when it got that time of year, and they used to say, when are you going to start making your hats? Because they used to buy the ones I didn't like. So you can't pull off a head wrap. I can't. I just don't have the face for it. Yeah, if you're paying for the AC, that's one thing we really don't need here. I bought a vertical fan because I was too hot a couple of days about 2 months ago. And it's been in the dining room. It's never been switched on yet. So I've never been hot enough. I got it for my bedroom because one night I could not sleep because it was so hot and there was no air. So I bought this fan, and by the time the fan arrived, it wasn't hot anymore. You wear those when you put your makeup on? No, I just put a hair grip. When I do my face, I just pull my fringe across with a hair grip when I do mine. Yeah, I love the look of the 40s. I do, and everybody else looks gorgeous in them, Sean, but I just look stupid. I look silly. And I mean, I've even asked my good friends and said, come on, be truthful to me. Just tell me, what do I look like? And they just go, which isn't a good look, is it, you know? And they go, you're right, you just don't suit me. I mean, I tried one of those rosy wraps on one Saturday Night Live, and I could not stop laughing, and everybody else was laughing. So how the heck Miguel said it suited me, I don't know. I think he was just being pedantic, because it definitely didn't. And he kept saying, "Where is it?" I said, "I don't know. I think I threw it out." And I was moving and sorting through stuff. I think I chucked it out. Because I knew I would never wear it. It's just a waste of wool. A waste of wool. You remember it, do you? It was hysterical, wasn't it, Kaz? It just did not suck. This big purple thing it was with a bow. Yeah. I follow a lady. She does YouTube videos. She's called Advanced Aging. And she wears these vintage clothes and stuff like that. Oh my God, she looks fantastic in them. You thought I look good, Chris? Oh, come on. Don't side with Miguel. Everybody else was having hysterics, Chris. Come on. I haven't even got it, so I can't try it on. I'm sure I chucked it out. Because when I was sorting things, like I'm taking this, I'm leaving that, I'm taking this. It just went. Yeah, see, some people suit them, Shad. I wished I did. I wished I did. It would be nice to wear them. Nice to keep my ears warm when I'm out and about on my scooter. I wished I suited a turban, and I don't suit one of those. I've made turbans, didn't suit them. I bought turbans, don't suit me. They look great when you see them online. They look fantastic, and I think, oh, that looks like a nice turban. I bring it back, and I look like, I don't wish to be rude to anybody who's a cancer patient and had the hair missing. I look like that. I think you have to have plenty of thick hair to wear a turban, or even to wear a rosy wrap. I think you have to have plenty of hair, and I don't. I've got skinny hair, and I think that's what the problem is. Yeah, this lady, she's called Advanced Aging. Apparently, she used to be on the TV and the radio like an interviewer, but I mean, she's my age now. So she's kind of like an influencer. She buys a lot of vintage clothing, second-hand clothing. She lives down in Brighton somewhere, where the fantastic shops are, like my niece loves. I wear a lot of dresses, Shad. What I've got on now is actually a dress. I feel more comfortable wearing a dress. And I don't own a pair of jeans, and I certainly wouldn't shove myself in a pair of leggings. That's for sure. And as for sweatpants, they belong in a gym, not on the street. Sorry. You can wear them in the house to do your housework. You can wear them in the gym, but please don't wear them out. Oh, I wish I had thick hair. My hair's always been, as my mother used to call it, scrappy. My mother used to say, yeah. Oh, thanks, Connie. I like to take, I know it sounds awful, pride in my appearance. If I'm not going anywhere, I would still dress like this, even to be in the house. I just don't like being scruffy. People who lounge about in elasticated sweatpants all day long. They can do it in the house. They can do whatever they want in their own house. I hate to see them doing their weekly shopping. Ugh. And as for those short tops and that with a muffin top hanging over the top. There was a lady in the chemist the other day, pharmacy as you may call it in America, with a pair of shorts on. And I'm like, have you got a mirror, love? Have you got a mirror? You're not the right shape, not the right size. She might have been into a pair of tailored shorts, or they fitted her, they suited her, but not a pair of short shorts when you're 50 and you're overweight. No, 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 no. Oh, pajama pants. No. No, I often wonder. I mean, I always check myself in the mirror when I finish getting dressed. And I'm like, did nobody else do that? Do they not actually look at what they look like? Do they think they look good? They must do. They must look down at themselves and think they look okay. My dad used to say they must be good soldiers. And I said, why? What do you mean, Dad? He said, good soldiers never look behind. Oh, I can't. Thank God there doesn't seem to be many doing that with the pants hanging down over the backsides now. I tell you what I don't like and all. People who are pregnant with their bump hanging out. Yeah, you're pregnant, fine. You don't have to hide it. We're quite well aware of the fact pregnancy is not an illness, but we don't want to see your bare belly hanging out with your belly button popping out. It's not a nice look. Oh, God. Yeah. I tell you what, there's a lot of big people here where in Fleetwood or Cleveland. Young, young, and I'm thinking, oh, come on, you're only in your 20s and you're that size. What are you going to be like when you get my age? It's not good being like grossly overweight when you're in your 20s. They're puffing and blowing. So that fat they can't walk. Oh yeah, I used to wear maternity dresses. I never had maternity pants or jeans or anything like that. We didn't in my day. I'm not saying people shouldn't wear whatever they want when they're pregnant, but I don't want to see their belly. I don't want to see their belly button hanging out. No, I mean, when I was young, you had a difference between going out on a Saturday night or going to work or whatever, or casual. There was distinctions in your wardrobe. You did not go out wearing the same grubby old T-shirt you'd had on all day and go to the pub in it. People just don't dress up anymore. Oh, I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm overweight, Chris. I'm really overweight. I've been working on it and I've lost, 54 pounds. I've been working hard on it. But I wasn't that size when I was 20. This came on with age and with incapacity and whatever you've got to do. So I'm not saying anything against anybody who's big, but I just think it's a shame when I see very, very young people. And I'm like, you're a heart attack waiting to happen. I mean, it worries me because I'm overweight. It worries me that I'm putting a strain on my heart by wandering around with extra weight. And it worries me. That's why I'm trying to do something about it. I don't want to, be lumping this weight about and die of a heart attack. But there's so many. Oh, it's not all medication. We're talking stuff in their face with McDonald's and chips and all sorts we're talking about. You see them when they're out. I see them in the cafes when they're out with an overloaded plate, gravy, meat pies, chips. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's took me what, 18 months or so to lose 54 pounds. It's not fallen off me easily, you know what I'm saying? But I have been working at it. I've not been fanatically dieting. Um, but you know, I'm noticing the difference with losing that weight. I mean, I was really overweight. If you look back at my old videos from about 2 years back, you'll see I was really overweight then. Um, yeah, dairy bloats you, yeah. Yeah, I don't think, oh yeah, there's so much fast food, isn't there? I really don't like to see. We all know we all eat fast food. I am not a saint. We all eat fast food, which we do. Now and again is fine, but not a permanent diet where the kids don't seem to eat anything else but fast food. You know, it's just not right. Yeah, it is. It is too. I mean, America, I believe you've got to drive through everything's. Thank goodness it's not like that over here. You know, I hope we never get that. Yeah, everybody likes fast food, Kaz, now and again. But that's what it should be. It should be like a treat, shouldn't it? It should be for the occasion where, you really don't feel like cooking, which we all have days like that. I mean, I have loads of days like that because I never want to cook. But you know what I mean? It's not something you should be eating on a daily basis, is what I mean. God knows what's in the stuff. We don't know, do we? You know, they blow it up, they shove all sorts in it. I think I try to go back to a more um, where I know what I'm eating kind of thing. Yeah, yeah. I can't do that, Shad. I can't because of my diabetes. Even if I wanted to, I can't. It sends my blood sugars haywire if I don't eat something every few hours. Um, if I'm ill or something like that and I haven't eaten all day, my blood sugars are they go up the wall. Um, so I just couldn't do the fasting. I mean, Kelly does the fasting because of her religion, doesn't she? But I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be allowed to anyway with being a diabetic. I wouldn't be allowed to. Even if I did have that religion, I wouldn't be allowed to do it. Yeah, I always did home cooking, Kaz, when we were a family, when I had a husband and a child. But now everybody's grown up and no husband. Uh, I was always brought up with a home cooked meal. Fast food to us was the occasional chip shop. Yeah. Hi, Marisa. How do I know my blood sugars are high? You know, because you go weird. Um, I know when my blood sugars are out of whack, Nathan. I just feel strange. I just feel dizzy. I feel funny. Um, I just kind of got to know over the years being diabetic, when my blood sugars are off. I can tell the difference. It's like if I go crazy and eat chocolate bars, too many of them, yeah. Yeah, I go dizzy, lightheaded, I go a bit peculiar, forgetful, spacey. If I go without food for too long, I go really off. I feel as I'm going to faint. Yeah, and get the shakes, yeah. Yeah, well, some people don't know, Nathan. I do. I know when I've got too much sugar. It's something you learn like over years of being diabetic. Yeah, I feel a bit spaced out, a bit dizzy, a bit as though I'm going to faint when I have too much sugar. And I know I've got to go and drink some water and stuff. Yeah, I can fall asleep when my sugars are too high. I can just, like that, go to sleep. Yeah, you can get the shakes when your sugars are too high. But the problem is you've got very similar symptoms when your sugars are too low. It took me ages to work out whether my sugars were too high or my sugars were too low, because you get almost the same symptoms when your sugars are too low. Yeah, I used to have a friend who used to get the shakes, and she had to have Coca-Cola, and I used to say to her, "Are you sure you're not diabetic?" I said, because she'd come and she'd have the shakes, and she'd say, "I need some Coca-Cola, I need some sugary." And I used to always have Coke in, even though I didn't really drink it myself. And she used to just chug it down, and then she'd be fine. But she literally would shake like that. But she wasn't really diagnosed as diabetic. But yet she used to get the shakes, and she used to go white, absolutely white, and shake. And yet she'd have a glass of Coca-Cola, and within about half an hour or so, she'd be fine, yeah. Yeah. How they found out I was diabetic was I kept getting urinary infections, and one after the other. And no sooner had I finished a course of antibiotics than I'd have another one, and I'd have another one. And I kept saying, "Look," I said, "this is ridiculous, why I keep getting these." I didn't have a partner, I didn't have anything, I wasn't doing anything. And yet I was just having urine infections, one after the other after the other. And eventually the GP said, "I'm going to test you to see if you're diabetic." He said, "because that's one of the symptoms, is you're constantly getting these infections." And sure enough, I was diabetic. As soon as it was diagnosed and I was put on medication, all the infections stopped. Yeah. Do I have a blood tester at home? No, because I'm not diabetic 1. Diabetes 2, they don't advise you to test your sugars. Because I'm not insulin dependent. I'm just diet and pill diabetic, yeah. Having said that, I've got a chocolate bar. And I've also actually got a piece of cake. My youngest great-grandchild was 3 today. Theodore, otherwise known as Teddy. And I got given a piece of cake. So it's in the little box. A piece of his birthday cake. Nice little box. Little pirate box. I don't know what the cake was, because of course my little piece, you can't tell whether it was a pirate cake or what it was. So my little piece is looking a bit sorry for itself because the jam's run out into the paper. But I'm sure it'll taste nice. You're a 2 when you have a tester? I don't know. My GP wouldn't give me one. He said I didn't need one. It would just confuse me because whatever. Anyway, I don't understand why he said I couldn't have one, but My bladder works horizontal while we're talking about bladders. I can go all day and hardly ever go. The minute I lie down, the other night it was ridiculous. 8 times. 8 times. And it wasn't a kind of fluke. I wanted to go. And I did go. But 8 times. And it's like, you've got to drink more water, they said to me. Your kidneys are failing, which they are. I damaged my kidneys years ago when I used to hit the bottle, and used to drink far too much. When I was in my 40s, probably, when my marriage was floundering and I was in a very bad place. Instead of doing what other people do, I hit the bottle. And I drank sort of solidly for about 12 months until he finished up and he left. And then I decided that I didn't need to drink anymore and I stopped. But I damaged my kidneys with all of that. So if anybody drinks too much, please don't. It's not funny. And now I won't hardly ever touch the stuff. Yeah, so... But it's my own fault. I damaged my kidneys, so... So now I've got a 46% kidney function because of what I did to myself when I was in my 40s. Oh, what would we do if we could live our life over again? Would we make the same mistakes? No, hopefully we wouldn't. I would have gone to university instead of messing about, gone to uni. And then I probably wouldn't have met my then husband, then I wouldn't have got married. I'd never regret having my son. He's the best thing that ever happened to me, but I had a lousy marriage and I suffered 20 odd years of misery. There's a lot of things I would undo in my life, yeah. The sweats is something I don't have. My niece we were sat in the garden and it was hot today. Really, really hot. And she's like, oh gosh, it's so hot. And I said, do you know I don't sweat? I used to, but I don't anymore. Don't ask me why I don't. I just don't. At one time it used to roll off my forehead and drip off me and under my boobs, and everything. And now, no. I can feel hot. And in some ways, I wish I did sweat because I'd probably be able to cool down. But I can't. I just get hot. And I feel as though I'm going to pass out, but I can't sweat anymore. I just don't sweat anyway. When I was young, I used to have awful sweaty feet. Now I don't have any sweats. So I don't know what happened to me. Old age. Oh, menopause. I was 33 when I went through the menopause. God, did I sweat then. The only time I sweat was when I was ill. If you remember, I had COVID. Undiagnosed COVID about 18 months ago. And I used to wake up absolutely. It was like somebody had thrown a bucket of water in the bed with me. The bed, in fact, I had to have a new mattress in the end because it was just wrecked. I used to wake up and the bedding, everything was sopping wet. And that's the last time I remember sweating. I was waking up like that. But that was because I was ill, yeah. Menopause, now I went on HRT. The minute I started snapping at everybody and biting everybody's heads off. Oh, I was poorly for a couple of months after I had the undiagnosed COVID, which I'm sure it was, because I've never felt that bad in my life. They said I had norovirus, but I've never known that norovirus lasts for about 2 months. I had all the symptoms of COVID, but they didn't have testers in those days. It was back at the very beginning of the disease. And the ambulance men didn't know what to do with me. And because I had a CPAP breathing machine, they decided not to take me in. So I stayed home. And I had some very, very vivid dreams. I had some marvellous technicolor dreams. It was like being on acid, although I've never taken it in my life before. But, you know, when you read these pop stars describing how, you know, what trips they used to go on with acid and LSD and that, and it just sounded like the dreams I had. They were always technicolor and they were always bright and shiny dreams. And, oh, talk about Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Wasn't in it. I tell you, that's what you get when you take drugs. There's no way I'm ever going to take them. There's certain drugs that I can't take because they give me hallucinations. I can't take amitriptyline and stuff like that, yeah. You know, these gabapentin and amitriptylines and stuff like that, I can't take them. They make me hallucinate. So I don't take any now. Tramadol, no, I can't take anything like that. Can't take morphine. Well, I do take morphine when I've had an operation, obviously. But I can't take it on a regular basis. It makes me go all weird. So I just battle on with the pain. Get a hot water bottle or whatever and stick it on my back and battle my way through my pain because I refuse to drug myself up. The side effects are too horrific. The pain is better. I always say, at least when you've got pain, you know you're alive. You didn't have pain. And also, you know, if you didn't have pain to stop you doing things, you might do yourself more damage when you don't have pain and you just do things that ultimately make whatever you've got worse because you're pushing yourself past your limits. Whereas when you've got really bad pain, it pulls you up sharp and it stops you doing these things, yeah? Oh, yeah, the mental pause, yeah. Yeah. I wanted to kill everybody when I had my hysterectomy. I just wanted to kill them. If anybody upset me, I just wanted to kill them. There was no in between with me. I was full on. Full on. You know, I would have thrown a knife at anybody if I had one. Then they put me on HRT and I was fantastic after that. I was so sad when they took me off it. I wanted to stay on it forever. My skin glowed. I felt wonderful. Really happy all the time. And it was wonderful. Yeah. I would have wanted to stay on HRT forever. I know there's a slight risk of breast cancer with it, but I tell you, It was like night and day to me. One minute I was angry and wanted to kill everybody. The next day I was so sunny and happy, and everybody, my hair was thicker. I felt much better in myself. I really did not want to come off it, but they made me come off it when I had my spinal operation, and then they said, oh, you can go back on it afterwards, and they lied because they wouldn't let me go back on after that. Oh, I never said I love you to anybody. I mean, my marriage was anyway. But when I was like going through the change at 33, you can imagine. It was like, go away from me, get away from me, don't touch me, go away. There was no I love you, it was I hate you, go away. Well, I had good cause. Our idiot dog's gone away for a week. Oh, no, she's okay. She's just a puppy. She just wrecks everything. She's just, you can't leave anything lying about. She just runs off with it. Slippers, shoes, socks, anything. My crocheting gets the brunt of it all the time. I can't put anything down. She just runs off with balls of wool, bits of crochet. Off she goes. She finds a sock or anything, she's off with that. She's already got a pair of shoes out in the garden. I think the Trish's actually. She's got them. And she's got a wooden knob off a curtain rail from somewhere. Don't know where she got that from. She's chewed all that to bits. The other day, they're giving her little calcium sticks, for her bones with her only being a puppy. And Trish put a cup of tea down, and she went to put her head in the cup of tea, and she thought she was trying to drink it. And she says, "Come away from there." She says, "You'll burn your mouth." And she took her away from it. So she gets to the bottom of her cup of tea, Trish, and there's a calcium stick in the bottom of it. That's what she was doing. She wasn't drinking the tea. She was dropping her calcium stick in the tea. Cat toy. No, Rosie doesn't. Well, she's got toys. We bought her toys. She's got a cow, and she's got a little rubber ringy thing, and she's got all sorts of things. But no, she'd rather play with everything she's not supposed to. I mean, I don't think they've taken her cow with them. They've not taken her ring with her because that's on the floor in the kitchen. So I don't know what she'll play with. She'll probably play with Teddy's toys. That's the youngest grandson, great-grandson. Right, so I've now got 2 colours in my square. All my little squares. I've got 10 little squares that look like that. My next colour is going to be lilac. Do you know these fantastic little sharp scissors? I'm sure somebody sent them to me. Somebody gave them me. Can't remember who. It might have been Grace, actually. Yeah, I've got 10 of those now. I don't know why I do them in 10s. I just do them in 10s as I'm going along. So I'll put that back. Got using my organza bag that I got from Wool Warehouse, which I use to keep away from the dog. Oh, let me read where I'm up to now. Yeah, they are pretty scissors, yeah. Oh, is that what they are? I don't think they're a stork. I don't know what they've got on the top. I think it's just floral. I don't think it's anything. I think it's just flowers. Oh, I can't weave my ends in. Poppy is doing really well. She's really tolerating, even though the puppy keeps trying to bite her. She's tolerating her. Occasionally she'll go, get off. But apart from that, she's tolerating her quite well. Oh, no, I can't weave in. I like to know the back from the front of me granny squares. Oh, here's a... Hi, Isaac. If I weave all the ends in, I can't tell the backs from the fronts, and I don't want to put some of the squares in back to front, if you know what I mean. I prefer to just sit and darn them all in. I know it's a chore. But if I'm watching the telly or something, I can sit with my needle and darn them all in. I need to find my granny square coat again. It'll be coming up to that granny square coat weather again. I haven't worn it very often, actually. A picture of Rosie. I've got a picture of Rosie on my phone. And there was a picture on my Facebook. Miguel's late. Yeah, I've got a cake, but it's not Miguel's cake. It's our Teddy's cake. Photos. Let me have a look what I've got. There she is. Little Rosie. A little tiny thing. That's the big girl. That's Poppy. And there's little Rosie. She's grown such a lot. Yeah. Looking at that little picture, she's enormous compared with that. Hi, Tommy. I don't know where Miguel is. He's been late almost every week. He's been late because he said he's got his little chores to do and different things. Maybe he's been on a live video somewhere. I don't know. Oh, yeah, Poppy puts her in a place. All right, yeah. I think he goes on somebody's live, doesn't he? Chris will probably know where Miguel goes. Yeah, they wanted to change her name to Tegan, but I prefer Rosie. Chris is always the welcome wagon, aren't you, Chris? She's got really long legs. Apparently she's a, oh God, what is she? Something terrier. A Patterdale, is it, or something? They think she's a cross between a Patterdale Terrier and a Lurcher. So she's always going to have long legs and be skinny. Yeah, she's got a rough coat. You can't stroke her. She's all curly hair. That was the vet's. I mean, she's a street dog, so we don't know what the heck she is. But the vet's guess when she went to the vets to be registered, the vet's guess was she was Patterdale cross with a Lurcher. That was his guess. But we don't know. We know what street dogs are like. It could be anything. She's got great long legs. She's like daddy long. She's really skinny. I mean, she's been fed 3 times a day because of her being a puppy and having to put weight on. And, well, she's still bony maroni. She's still skinny. I don't think she'll ever be a fat dog. Not that we want her to be a fat dog, but you know what I mean. I don't think she'll ever be beefy. No, she's not a lurcher, but she could be crossed with a lurcher. She's got that kind of bone structure, apparently. You're lost in the pond. What's lost in the pond? Oh, your picture of Chris. He's got a picture on his Facebook page. It's only a small picture. You thought I said a lurker. No, he's not a lurker. He's a lurcher. Oh, he said he sent you one. I've only ever seen the one picture of Chris. It's the one that's on his profile. Like a side view of him with short hair, but apparently his hair's a lot longer than that now. Or so he says. So I've only ever seen the one. You'd have to take a more recent one, Chris, if your hair's grown and then we can see what you look like now. I don't cut my hair. I haven't seen a hairdresser in about 10 years. Every time I go to a hairdresser's and ask for a trim, they cut about 6 inches off it. Oh, I just do them with a pair of scissors. Just get a pair of scissors and go choo 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 choo. No, they don't know the meaning of the word trim, the hairdressers around here. They chop your hair off. My hair's down here now. So I went for a trim to probably finish up on my shoulders. They don't know. I've not seen you on any lives, Chris. I'm never on lives. I'm never around when there's lives on. It's not a facility that they let you do that, Connie. compared to a lot of sites, YouTube's quite sort of old-fashioned, behind the times, really. You know, other sites you can send all sorts of things, pictures and God knows what. But on here you can't do anything. My hair won't grow any further. It will grow to about there, Kaz, and then it stops. I think it's to do with age. It just breaks off then. Gosh, it's past your shoulders. You will really look different then in your picture that I've got of you. You got like a crew cut on the picture I've got of you, Chris. My hair used to grow really long when I was young, but I think when you get older it snaps off. Plus the fact I bleach it. Once you start bleaching your hair, you start breaking it off. Mine's going grey, as you can see. I wish it would go that colour. That colour is my natural colour underneath here. That's white. But the back and the top is still dark. I want to do that colour. My hair was really, really dark, Kaz. Really, really dark brown. But over the years it's gone lighter, but it's not grey yet. I wish it would go. I mean, if it would go the same as the sides, as you can see where it's growing out the roots there. If it would go that colour all over, I'd be really happy. I've tried growing it out. But here at the top, I get dark roots, black almost roots. So it's really not nice. I just don't like the dark roots showing through. I don't know whether it's showing under there. See, it's dark here under there. Oh, I don't know about the mysterious. But I don't suit dark hair. I look poorly. I look ill. When I let my hair grow out, everybody goes, "Oh, you're feeling well. You're feeling well. You look." So I think, nah, sack it. I've got to go back blonde again. I don't want to. I don't like bleaching my hair because it ruins it. I just want to be that colour. Mm. I just can't stand the black roots. They look so common, don't they? They look really cheap and nasty when you have big black roots coming through. Every time they grow through, I keep thinking, grow through white, grow through that colour, grow through. But no, do they do that? No, they don't. Every couple of months, I'm determined. I'm not going to do this hair anymore. I'm not going to do it. I've got 2 white streaks, haven't I? Well, 2 light coloured streaks. I love those. I hate to cover them up because I think they look great. Especially that one on that side. That is, look at that. It's white, pure white, that one. My mother had a big white streak on one side of her head. Yeah, my mother had that, what they call them, Mallam Street, yeah. It was always just one temple. Mine's here, but my mother's was there, right at the front. My brother wasn't grey when he died. How old would he be when he died? Oh, gosh, let me think. It's 3 years since he died. So I would have been 72. He would have been 80 when he died. And he was just going grey. He wasn't grey. He was still dark-haired. And my mother was in her 80s when she went dark. And yet my grands on both sides, both of my grandmas were white, absolutely pure snow white. Both of my grandmas. So why can I not be like my grandmas? My grandma on my mum's side, she had white hair from being in about her 60s, I think. Beautiful white hair. My sister-in-law's hair went white. Oh, hi, Jeannie. Sorry, my eyes are not good. I have to keep squinting to read. My sister-in-law, she was a redhead. And she went white quite early. I think redheads do tend to lose the pigment out of the hair for some reason or other. She's got a lovely coloured hair. My sister-in-law, it's really white. Tell you what tickles me is people when they've got white hair and they smoke and they always have this yellow fringe or yellow bit. Your hair's as long as your scalp. A friend of mine I haven't seen for about 20 years. I spoke to him through Facebook and he said to me, oh, I'm bald, since I knew you. He had hair when I knew him. He said, I'm bald now. And I said, it's all right, I've got a cataract. I said, I wouldn't notice. My son got annoyed with me in Asda yesterday. He's like, find such a thing. And I'm going, well, which aisle is it on? I said, I can't see. And he said, look at the top of the aisle. It tells you what's on it. And I thought, I can't see it. Why don't you realise when you've got cataract, you just can't see? I can see close up and I can see myself on the screen. And I have to go like that to read. But anything else that's in the distance is just a blur. I mean, luckily I'm on my scooter, so I'm only going slow. So I've not knocked anybody over yet. But when people are coming towards me, I can't tell if they're male or female until they get close up, As for reading signage, in the supermarket, I've got no chance. I'm like, does it say bread? When they said have them both done at once, I'm like, oh. I got visions in, the old days where you come out with a big patch over your eyes, yeah? And I thought, oh my God, I'll come out with 2 patches. But he said you don't do that now. You come out without them. You don't come out with, like, when my mum had hers done, it's many, many years ago, she came out with a big pad on. She could only look out of one eye. But they want to do both of mine at once, so. What's a sixth former in school? When I was in the sixth form, I was 17. If that's any help to you. I don't know when they're going to fix. I've got an appointment on the 20th of September, but that's, yeah, about 17 years old to be a sixth former. I've got an appointment on the 20th of September, but that's only for a consultation. It's not for the operation. Yeah, around about 16, 17 to be a sixth former. I think I was 17 when I was in the sixth form. Because usually in the UK, you go to university around about 18, something like that. How come I don't wear bifocals? Because I can see to read. So I don't need bifocals. It's just my long vision. But he said to me when I had the operation, I probably will need, I'd be able to see anything long distance after I've had me up. But I probably would need glasses to read, yeah. The highest grade, sixth form, yeah, that's the highest grade. After sixth form, you go to college or university, yeah. No, I don't need varifocals or bifocals because, you know, I can see to read. Well, it is because maybe, I don't know when the op. I might have to wait months for the op yet, Tracy. I don't know. You know, over here, you might get to see a specialist, but then they say, oh, yes, you need an operation. But no, they don't have to stay in school till they're 18. No, I've never had my vision corrected. I've only ever worn. I wear magnifying glasses to do anything really small. That's why I can't do things like cross stitch or anything like that. I can see to crochet, I can see to read. Yeah, the clinic's in Blackpool where I'm going to get my eyes done, or where I presume I'm going to get my eyes done. Blackpool is my nearest hospital. I'm going there in the middle of the week to hopefully pick up a new CPAP machine. I've no idea when my colonoscopy is going to be. No idea about that. It's like you say, you can't see anybody these days. I've not seen a doctor yet, and I've been here since December. They diagnose you need a colonoscopy over the phone. They ask you all these questions and you tell them all these symptoms, and then they diagnose you need one. I mean, how the heck do they know? Yeah, I think it's some clinic or other I'm going to, yeah. Yeah, we're not too bad, I don't think, in the UK. You know, our death rate over here for COVID's doing okay, yeah. I think, by and large, from what I can gather, I'm not being rude to anybody in America, but we have been more stringent, I think, about following the rules than what a lot of people in America have been. We don't have as many militant anti-vaxxers and stuff like that. I mean, we've got anti-vaxxers, everybody's got them, haven't they? But I don't think ours are as yours are in America, unless I'm reading the wrong bits of the news. Don't forget, I only ever know what the papers or the news chooses to tell us. I mean, it's like many a times when I talk to my friend in America and she tells me something and I'm going, what are we talking about? And she goes, well, in the UK, you know, our news says this, that, and the other. I'm going, never heard of it. You know, I think like you said, the news did just like to dramatize everything. Yeah. It's just, oh, it's this and oh, it's that. And like we get the wrong impression of people in America because we only know what we get told. And it's like in America, I suppose it's the same. You get the wrong impression of the Brits because you get told. And, at least if you're talking to people who are in a different country, you do get more of a general impression of what things are like. But if you only ever read the newspapers and you only ever listened to the news, you would have no idea what it's really like here in Britain, and I would have no idea what it's really like in America. It's just, they just like to sensationalize everything, don't they? Yeah, sensationalize everything. And I mean, it's like all these so-called celebrities. Headline news. Such a body's done this. And I'm like, who are they? No idea who they even are. Why would I care what they do or say or why they've got divorced or why they do it? I don't know them. Let alone, it's like probably our celebrities in the UK. You may never have heard of them in America. For your celebrities, so-called celebrities in the States, we've never heard of. And yet they feed us this like, such a body's got divorced. Well, I don't even know who they are in the first place. Yeah, I mean, there's people over here, Shad, that don't want to get the shots. But I mean, by and large, I think it's about 90% of people in the UK have had the vaccinations now. Or 90% of the eligible people, I should say, not 90% of all people. There are people who, for medical reasons, haven't had them, and there's people who are younger who haven't had them yet. But apparently 90% of all the eligible people in the UK have had our jabs now. Yeah, I'm not saying other people are stupid. I know what my thoughts are. But then again, I wouldn't go banging a drum saying, oh, you've got to do this or oh, you've got to do that. My only thing about people who don't get vaccinated is that they stay away from everybody else because I'm sorry, but if you're going to catch COVID, you can stay in your own bit, yeah. It's not a question of whether you want the vaccination or whether you think it works or not. It's a question of you don't go and breathe on other people. You know. Oh God, the number of people who tell me, "Oh, I get the flu when I have the flu injection." Rubbish. They put the injection they put in your arm is not live. It's not a live vaccine, the flu. So you do not get flu when you have a flu jab. It's a load of rubbish that. I've been having my flu jab for about 13 years and I've never once had a cold or any kind of flu or anything. Yeah, it's a dead that they put in your arm. It's not live at all. It's a vaccine, but they're not injecting you with anything that's live. They're not giving you flu. I've never had the flu. I've never had the flu. I've been having the flu jab for about 13 years. And I've never had any reactions whatsoever to the jab. People, oh, I had a sore arm, oh, I wasn't well, oh, I was this. I'm like, which injection did you have? It's like if you expect to get sick, you will. You know, the number of people who say, oh, I think I'm getting a cold. And then they're, oh, I've got a cold. I'm thinking, no, you just talked yourself into that cold. If you've got a cold, you just get it, don't you? You don't think you're going to get a cold. You just get it. Yeah. Hi, Blind Needle. Hello there. Hi, it's Evie, isn't it, this one? Yeah, hi, Evie. I've got two people that call Blind Needle something. Are you Evie? Yeah. You're not Ma, whatever it is. Marcetta. I know. I think some people love to be poorly. We've all met them, haven't we? People who talk themselves into every illness known to man. And Dr. Google, please don't Dr. Google anything, because you finish up with all the worst berry terminal whatever if you've only got a cold. If ever you do Dr. Google and it tells you, oh, tingling this, tingling that, you must have this obscure disease that's only in Africa or something. It's just ugh. It's like people, I've got flu. No, you've not got flu. You've got a cold. Yeah. If you have flu, you're flat out in bed. You can't lift your head off the pillow. You're so poorly, you can't get out of bed to even go to the toilet. That is flu. If you go, oh, I've got flu. No, you haven't. You've got a cold. So stop being a martyr. Stop being a baby. Yeah, stay off Dr. Google, for God's sake. Don't ever Google anything. I have looked up, like, side effects sometimes when they give me a new pill, because when you read the side effects on those little leaflets, yeah, I do sometimes Google what pills they're giving me if it's a new one. But I don't Google symptoms, because you finish up with a brain tumour, don't you, when you've only got an headache, If you Google blurred vision, it's a tumour, No, it's not, it's cataracts. Yeah, I like to know the side effects of what could be with pills. That's the only thing I really do. Oh, God, yeah, flu. I've had flu about 2 or 3 times in my lifetime. And you know the difference, don't you? Yeah, blurred vision could be eye strain, couldn't it? I mean, in my case, I was blaming the salt in the sea air. I wasn't thinking like brain tumour, blurred vision. I wasn't thinking that at all. I was thinking it was the salt in the air. I mean, I knew I had cataracts growing, but they'd said to me, when I had my eyes tested like a couple of years back, you've got cataracts coming, but they're very slow growing, and it could be another few years before you need an operation. So when I came here and my vision went worse and blurred, I thought, oh, it's moving next to the sea. It's the salt in the air that's making my eyes cry the whole time. Every time I set foot out the doors, I used to be crying. And my eyes were just blurred. And I just blamed the sea. Because I went to the chemist and I said, is it the salt in the air? And he said, you've probably got dry eyes. And he gave me these drop things to put in, yeah. Then when I went for my diabetic eye test, she said, you've got cataracts on both eyes, yeah. So I was like, that's why I can't see. But I was diagnosing the lesser of the two things, yeah. I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm dying. Oh my God, I've got this. I was like, no, it's the salt in the air. My niece was double vaccinated and she caught COVID about a month or two ago, but she wasn't poorly. She got it from somebody at school, you know, with her teachers and that and her kids and that. She had to isolate. But now they've changed it. If you're double vaccinated and you've caught COVID, you don't have to isolate for as long now. She wasn't ill. I mean, she was ill the first time when I got it. She got it 18 months ago. She was really poorly then. But, yeah. I mean, I still put my mask on even going into a shop now. I still do that. I don't wear my mask all the time when I'm out and about. But I put my mask on if I'm going to the doctor's, chemist, any shops, inside shops, anything like that. Even though we don't have to over here by law anymore. Yeah, I mean, people who are like, it's against my, what do they say, human rights. Forcing me to wear a mask is against my human rights. And I'm like, no, it's not against your human rights. It's asking you to be sensible. You know, if we were all sensible, then it would have been stamped, well, not stamped out, because I don't think they'll ever get rid of it, to be quite truthful. I think we've got it forever now. But at least we can control it or keep it under control, instead of passing it on to everybody. I wouldn't dream of going anywhere crowded without my mask. Not for me particularly, because I've been double jabbed, but I'm just thinking of other people, somebody elderly. I mean, we all think we've not got it, but the symptoms don't always come out. No, I'm not saying everybody should wear a mask, or I'm not saying everybody should have the vaccine, but if you're not going to be vaccinated, wear your mask and stay out the way of everybody. Just use your common sense. And I think a lot of people have not got common sense these days. I tell you, I don't want it again. I know that they say I wouldn't get it as bad, but I don't want it again. No way I want it again. It was horrendous. I mean, some people are very, very vulnerable. The elderly who've got breathing difficulties, or even kiddies who've got problems. It just knocks them flying. I'm fortunate enough probably to have an immune system that fought it off. Yeah, exactly. If everybody just wore their mask and was sensible about it all, we could probably all be still going about our normal lives. And the variants and that, they probably would die out and stuff. Yeah, I'm still cautious. I've had 2 vaccinations, but that doesn't mean to say I'm going to wander around. I've been vaccinated, so I'm not wearing a mask. No. I'm like, I could carry a bug, I could carry whatever it is. You could be a carrier and not have any symptoms yourself. And I think, well, I don't know if the person standing next to me is a vulnerable person. They may be vulnerable. If I gave it to them, they may pass away. I'm not thinking about myself. When I wear a mask, I'm thinking about everybody. Oh, God, when we were kids, we just got everything. You just held your arm out and they shoved all sorts in your arm. You got the polio, didn't you? You got everything. And, your mother never thought. It was just like, oh, you take your baby and you have them. Hello, puppy. Hello, sweet pea. Hey, darling. What are you doing? Come here. Come here, sweet pea. Oh, you good girl. Hey, you good girl. Yes, you are, aren't you? Everybody says hello to you. You're very wet. Have you having a drink of water? You've been having a drink of water? Hey? She always goes where you can't see her when she puts her head down. Oh, she's turned around now. I just went to get the camera and she's already disappearing. Yeah, if everybody did as they were told, Ella, like you say, wore their masks, had their jabs, exercised caution, we could have stamped all this lot out by now. But no, we get the anti-vaxxers, we get the I'm not here. They're putting, what was it? They're putting chips in your arm. Don't talk rubbish. There's no bloody chips in your arm. Your microchip wherever you go. You're on CCTV, you've got a microchip in your blooming bank card. They know what you're buying. They know where you're going online. They know what you're putting on Facebook. They know what you've written. And then they're saying, oh, they put a tracker device. They put a tracker device in my arm. They'd be very bored following me, I tell you. You watch too many sci-fi movies. Oh, my knees. Oh, jeez. Yeah, your phone tracks you. Everything you do tracks you. You go and look online, don't you? You look at a three-piece suite. You turn on Facebook, what do you get? Adverts for three-piece suite. How do they know you've been looking at adverts for three-piece suites? Because they're tracking you, because they're following you. And you get these same silly people say, oh, I don't want a chip in my arm. Load of rubbish. I wonder who started that rumour, which twit started that rumour that they're putting microchips in your arms. Lord above, they watch too many sci-fi movies, don't they? Yeah, they're all cuckoo, aren't they? You got one saying you were boring from Vodafone. I got one from Vodafone, the usual. We can't take your payment. You need to do this, that, and the other. I thought, I'm not even on Vodafone. Go away. Yeah, Alexa knows what you're doing all the time. They're listening into your conversation. She talks to me when I'm not even talking to her, Alexa, in my bedroom. I don't understand that question. I thought I didn't say it. I didn't ask you nothing. What are you going on about? You know, can you repeat the question? She said to me the other day. I thought, I never said Alexa. Yeah, Google knows everything you Google. She couldn't make a cup of tea, could she not, Kaz? No. I know my son said to me, what do you want a clock in your bedroom for? I said, I'd like to know what time it is. He said, you've got an Alexa. I mean, when you're half asleep in the middle of the night, do you want to say, Alexa, what time is it? Do you buggery? I'll probably get pulled up for saying something like that now. Big brother is listening to you. Listening to your every word. I know a friend of mine got pulled up for something that she put on her Facebook about 3 years ago. And it was nothing racist or anything. It was just something really silly. Because she said to me, what did I say? And it was a word. I can't say it in case they ban me on here or something. It was another word for like a sliver of light, yeah? It began with a C. But apparently it could be misinterpreted as being derogatory to somebody who is Asian, yeah? But she didn't say it in that context. She said it in the context of like a slither of light, yeah? And they pulled her up about it. It was a comment she'd put like 3 years ago. There's nothing racist in it at all. No, Alexa talks to me, Chris, when I don't even talk to it. Yet when I ask it a question, it tells me something stupid, yeah. No, you can't. I mean, yeah, if you were to say something in a derogatory way and say something that was overtly racist, even though it was an old-fashioned word, I can understand them pulling you for it, yeah. But not when it's a word that means something completely different as well as. You know, it's... Yeah, she got pulled. Something about the... You know, you can't say that or something. And she's like, what did I say? What did I say? I mean, you know, if you put something overtly sexual or overtly racist or overtly whatever, then I can understand it, yeah. Oh, it's Nibbles Walkabout, is it? Nibbler. But you have to be so careful what you have to watch what you're speaking and what you're saying. You know, these days, and you're frightened to death of opening your mouth sometimes, aren't you? In case you get judged or say, oh, you can't say that, or you can't say this. What happened to freedom of speech? As long as I'm not saying anything in a derogatory way, there are different words that when you say them are not bad. It's how you use the word to me. That is the way you say it, isn't it? Oh, tell you. As you say, you're scared to death of opening your mouth these days. Silly comes on your phone. It tickles me when my niece goes, oh, my phone's buzzing me. got a message and I'll go, how do you know that? I didn't hear your phone. My Apple Watch has just told me. Yeah, the PC police. And yet, when somebody comes out with really bad comments and stuff like that, I can't say the word, Nathan. I'm not going to say it in case I get in trouble. Yeah, they allow comments going through that are really, really racist. Like the ones for the footballers, you know, when they miss the goal. And people are making all these horrible, horrible comments. They pick you, a normal Joe in the street, like they pick us up for a little word that you say and you don't mean it in that kind of a way. And yet they allow people to write the most awful comments to some people, don't they? And they say they can't police that. I'm sorry, but no. You know, they shouldn't be allowed to write awful things like that. Yeah, exactly. You know, we don't want to... Yeah, I mean, why is there not like a filter? You know, that where the comments get filtered before they get put up. You know, they should go into a holding zone, shouldn't they? Before people are allowed to write comments. I think they should anyway. But of course, you know, they're willing to take the money off us, aren't they, kind of thing, for Facebook and Twitter and all stuff like that. But yet, somebody's allowed to say something vile to some other person. I mean, I've had some terrible comments in my time on YouTube, which I just delete or I report. You know, but nothing like as bad as the footballers and other people get, which are really, really bad and racist and awful, nasty, hate. You know, people who threaten to kill other people and things like that. Why can't they filter them out? You know, they shouldn't be there, should they? Yeah, they shouldn't be allowed to have anonymous. You can have a pseudonym as long as they know exactly who you really are. Yeah, you know, you can have a pseudonym, but you should have to put your real name somewhere. I've dropped one of my squares. I've dropped a square. Hang on, people. I've dropped one of my granny squares and I don't know where it went. Oh, I don't know where it went. Maybe I didn't drop it after all. I'm sure I dropped a granny square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's one missing. How can he drop a granny square and not know where it's gone? This is silly. This is so silly. I've dropped a granny square and it's vanished off the face of the earth. Huh. This is just a joke. I will now have 9 squares instead of 10. How strange is that? I saw it fall, and yet I can't find it. If Rosie was here, she'd find it, yeah. Your buddy's calling your name. Okay, Isaac, yeah. What am I making? I'm making granny squares. I'm doing them colour by colour. And I've now lost a square. I had 10. I'm doing them as I'm going along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where's the 10th? Where has it gone? It fell on the floor. So why is it not on the floor? I don't even know where Miguel is, Trish. He hasn't come on yet. He's obviously missing. Well, this is a blooming thing, isn't it? I'm not going to rest now till I find this granny square. It can't have fallen in my bag because my bag was over there. Did it fall in the plastic bag? Shake the plastic bag. No, it didn't fall in the plastic bag. Not on me. Not gone down the top. Not gone on the chair. Not gone behind the cushion. Wheel out the chair. Did it go over there? No. Oh, this is just ridiculous. Aha! I found it. I found it. I wouldn't have rested until I found that. I'd looked where it was before, and it wasn't there, and then I saw it. Oh, I lost a granny square. Yeah, I found it now. Oh, I found it. It was behind my flask of coffee. Would you believe? I saw one little tail, and it was behind my flask. I know it's not a big granny square, but I'm doing them in 10s so I can keep track. Last of the coffee. Still steaming. You can see it. I look mysterious with a steam. I need a filter so it filters out my baggy eyes. We were in Body Shop. My niece says, "What are you looking for?" I said, "Baggy eye cream." Anyway, they didn't have any. She says, "They're not that bad." I went, "It's because I keep rubbing, because I can't see, because they keep running. I keep rubbing them and I'm getting awful bags." Once you get bags, you can't get rid of the damn things. And I'm not sticking tea bags on my eyes. Cucumber. You want to go to the Body Shop and get a new body? We did squirts of all the perfumes. We didn't buy any. I have the unfortunate habit of, I need one of them dog comb, them combs put round your neck. Rosie will be wearing one of those. No, I don't crochet in the ends. I'm one of those sadists that likes to sew thousands of ends in when I've finished. Whenever I crochet the ends in, I always finish up with bits poking out everywhere. And I keep having to snip them off, and they still keep poking out. Yeah, I turn perfume, really turn it. I went into this really, really posh shop one time, and this overzealous woman was insisting on spraying me with this perfume. She said, "Doesn't it smell lovely?" I said, "It does." I said, "But let me come back in about half an hour, and then you tell me, does it smell good?" So I went wandering around doing my shopping and stuff. And I went back to her and I went, you know that perfume you sprayed? And she goes, oh my God, please don't tell anybody I've just sprayed that on your wrist. I said, it's the chemicals in my blood that seem to change certain. I tend to wear aftershaves because they don't change on me. You know, at the moment I've got Cheruti, CK1, and Paco. I love Paco. The only perfumes that don't change on me are perfume oils, but the body shop seems to have stopped doing them. Perfume oil doesn't change on me, but other perfumes, oh my God. Estee Lauder Youth Dew. If it sprays on and I go around, it smells like cat wee on me. Now, poison gives me a migraine and I have to be sick. It literally makes me sick, that poison. It's so strong. I like Chanel No. 5, but of course, who can afford £75 for a bottle of that? I used to wear Chanel No. 5 when I was a teenager all the time. But now I couldn't afford it now. I love musk, you know, the musk oils. White musk. Body Shop used to do a fantastic oil, white musk oil, and it was gorgeous. Oh no, I'll just have to go in the garden and be sick, because if you put that on, I really cannot stand it. I was stuck next to a woman on a plane all the way to Tenerife that was where I think she took a bath in poison. And I was about a day and a half before I recovered. I had a banging headache and I was sick as a dog. All right, okay, Trish, if you have to go, you have to go, dear, yeah. I don't know why ladies have to drench themselves in perfume. Opium, oh God, no, I can't stand that either. Opium and poison and all those heavy. Do you remember when everybody used to wear that, God, what was it called? Patchouli oil. It smells like you've trodden horse muck, doesn't it? And it used to be quite the thing, especially, you know, hippie type people used to wear patchouli. No, opium, I can't wear it. Yeah, patchouli, that's another one that makes me feel sick. But perfume, you should spray it and walk into it. You should never spray it on you, because then it's too heavy. Apparently, if you were a lady, you should leave. As you pass somebody by, they should be able to smell a faint smell of your perfume. If they can smell you coming towards them or next to you, you're wearing too much. But yeah, patchouli's gross, isn't it? Yeah, I wear aftershaves, like I said, Cheruti, I love that. Cheruti, Paco Rabanne, and CK1. And my 3 I'm wearing at the moment. I alternate them because I don't like to wear just one all the time. Don't like to smell the same. My favourite of all time is one by Penhaligon, and that's Quercus. It's very light and just fragrance. It fades very quickly, that's the trouble. But so expensive. Penhaligon is the perfumier to the Queen. Their perfume is, you're talking £70–80 for a small bottle of their perfume. That's what some perfume smells like on me, Chris. It smells like it's ancient, that's gone off years ago. I have certain oils in my body or something that turn perfume. So I can never buy perfume before I spray it on and walk about for about half an hour or an hour. And if it doesn't smell awful, then I know I can buy it, yeah. My dad was definitely an Old Spice kind of guy. Whenever I smell Old Spice now, I always think of my dad. And of course, when I was growing up, all the teenage boys used to have the great smell of Brute, didn't they? And nay, I love the smell of it, but it makes me sneeze. You smell like... No, nay, to me, it's not that I like the smell of it and I spray it, but it makes me sneeze. Really makes me sneeze. My son had a really nice one on the other day. And I said to him, "Oh, you really smell nice." And it was one of those really cheap knockoff ones, that was supposed to be like a knockoff of one of the men's, dear expensive colognes. I don't know where he got it from, somewhere like Pound's Treasure or something like that. Or B&M Bargains he got it from, and it was really nice. It was supposed to be a knockoff of one of the expensive men's colognes, like, yeah. Yeah, I like Penhaligon, but as you say, theirs are very, very light, and they don't last 2 seconds. They fade like mad. But they do smell nice. But expensive. Ooh. As I said, Quercus is my... But I found a way around it. I bought, the body cream, whatever you call it. And if you put that on your wrists and everything, it lasts far longer than the perfume, and it was a lot cheaper. Now, my favourite of all time is Chanel No. 5. But I cannot afford it anymore. My niece treated herself to a bottle of it last year. She came in and I went, "Oh," I said, "You wearing Chanel No. 5? And she went, "Yeah." "How do you know?" And I went, "Oh, it's my favourite perfume of all time." She said, "I would offer to buy you one," she said, "but I think she paid about £70–80 for this little teeny bottle." She said, "But I'm afraid you won't be finding it in your Christmas stocking." She said, "It's a bit expensive." So I said, "Oh, darn it." Yeah, you might see a video of me, well, maybe not tomorrow, but this week when I take everything out the shed. Well, all my garments out the shed. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not allergic to certain I don't like the smell of certain perfumes, but I also don't like the way they turn on the skin. I've got acidic skin, and they just turn awful. And they can be really expensive perfumes, sometimes. And I'm not very good with the Giorgio Armani ones. They turn a bit funny on me. But I think I'm going to eat my cake because there's no sign of Miguel, is there? So I was saving my bit of cake, my bit of pirate cake. So Miguel came on, but he's nowhere around, so I'm going to eat my cake on my own. Oh, it's a bit soggy. For 7-Eleven, no, I used to years ago. It's a bit too light for me. Oh, it's gone all soggy, all the jam's come through. I'm going to be all sticky. Teddy, your cake's sticky. Oh, yeah. It's very sticky. It's obviously sponge cake because it's for a 3-year-old, yeah. It's got some kind of chocolate on the top, so I don't know what kind of a cake it was. But it's sponge. I used to work in a perfume warehouse at one time. I think White Diamond had just come out at the time. Or that one that Elizabeth Taylor had, was that White Diamond? I used to go to work and start spraying the testers. Different tester every day. I used to wear 7-Eleven. I used to have one of those stick things, you know, that you rub on your forehead when you've got a headache. Yeah, I should try all the different perfumes. I've got a plumbing fly and I've opened the cake. A fly has appeared from nowhere and started eating my cake. Yeah, it's got chocolate on the top of the cake, but it looks a bit grotty. Oh, it tells me I'm running out of... I've got an auto sleep. We used to sell them in a warehouse when I was... After I had to close the shop, I was out of work. So I just took any job because I needed the money. So I went working in a perfume warehouse for a little while until I got a job at the job centre. So I used to try all the perfumes. The cake's lovely. I was waiting for Miguel so I could eat birthday cake with him, but he's not come on, so I get the cake. It tastes homemade, and I don't mean that in a nasty sort of way, because homemade cake is usually the best rather than that sort of plasticky sponge stuff that you get in the supermarket. We've just been talking about drive-thrus and junk food before, Heritage Stitches, and you say you're going through Wendy's. Yeah, well, I was just saying that before. junk food is fine if you're just doing it as a treat and a one-off and whatever. It's the people who sort of live off it. Every other meal is a junk food meal. My junk food is more like a Chinese dinner these days. Because I'm not all over a pizza, and I certainly don't like pasta. You're off then. Oh, I'm getting jam everywhere. The paper's falling to pieces. I'm going to be sticky as anything with this. I need a wet wipe now. Oh, ugh. I'm sticky. Eee, sticky, sticky, sticky. So I'll get my fingers in the coffee. That's disgusting, isn't it? But I need to get rid of the sticky somehow. Yeah, the hot coffee's melted off the sticky. Oh dear. That's good. I'm not sticky anymore now. I'm full of crumbs, but I'm not sticky. I wonder if I'll see the family before they go tomorrow, because I forgot to ask them what day Poppy's going for her walks. There was a charity auction locally, and one of the prizes that you bid on apparently was 3 dog walks, 3 20-minute dog walks that somebody had volunteered that they would do. And my daughter-in-law won it. So while they're away, Poppy's going to be going on 3 20-minute dog walks, but I don't know what days she's going or when, what time. I mean, I'm going to try and walk her on my scooter on the other days, but it means like for 3 days I don't have to walk her because she'll be going out for 20 minutes, yeah. You keeping an eye on the IDA? What's IDA? Is it a storm? I'm not knowing, Trish. I am not knowing what an IDA is. Oh, Indiana. I would have thought Idaho. Or is that just me being... Now, my 4711 was a stick. You know, like you push it up like a solid cologne stick. But I left it and it sort of shriveled up, so I don't know how it happened. It shriveled up inside the tube. Excuse me. Oh, it's a hurricane, is it? Right. Thankfully, we don't get many. We get sort of little, titchy little hurricanes that can do a bit of damage to roofs and houses and stuff, but we don't get hurricanes like you get in America. They're not really hurricanes over here. They're more like a mini tornado or whatever. I'd hate to live in a zone where you get loads of hurricanes and stuff. I'd have to have a house built of bricks, and I'd have to have a shelter in the garden. You know, those brick-built bomb shelters in the garden if I lived in a hurricane district. You know, if your house is made of wood or anything like that, it'll be off, won't it, in the wind? If we have like a bit of a tornado or a bit of a hurricane, the worst it ever does is take a roof off, really. It's very rare it blows a house down or something like that. Oh, thank you, Lydia. I tried to do 10 squares a night, but I didn't start till late tonight, so. I keep varying up the colours. Each 10's a different. It's the same set of colours, but all slightly different. I'm trying to sort of keep my interests together by, you know, varying up the colours. Oh, go away, fly. I don't know why flies always have to dive bomb me. At the other house, I used to have to sit with a tea towel on my head because it used to drive me mad. Oh, there's my Penhaligon. There's my Penhaligon sample box. You got a little. Where we gone? I had to pay for this. It wasn't free, by the way. Oh, dropped one. It had loads of little files inside, like that, with perfume in. Oh, the smell is gorgeous. Oh, that is beautiful. Most of them have been used up now. There's 6 left. I've just dropped one on the floor. The perfume that's attracting the fly, I know it was that cake. As soon as I opened the cake, the fly came out of nowhere. Now I've dropped the blooming file on the floor. Yeah. Why am I dropping everything on the floor? Oh, there it is. Move it to the side so I can pick it up without banging. What's that one? Blenheim Bouquet. Oh, that is gorgeous. What's this one? Artemis. He was in the Musketeers, wasn't he, Artemis? That one's nearly all gone. That's Malabar. Oh, my favourite. Oh, Quercus. Oh, that is my absolute favourite. What's this one? This one's nearly all gone. There's just a teeny drop in that. This one's Endymion. And this one, there's only little bits left in these. What's this one called? English Fern. Quercus is the Penhaligon one. You know, it's got the crest, you know, perfumiated the Queen. But Quercus is the one. I love it. Absolutely adore it. But it doesn't last long, but it's such a gorgeous smell. You know, you can see it in that Quercus. Quercus. Oh. Oh, that's gorgeous. I should put perfume underneath my nose. 4711 is a very, very light kind of, not really a perfume, it's more of a cologne. Yeah, I can read anything close up, Ella. I just, that spotted in my face. I just can't see anything at distance. Yeah, my cataracts don't. Thankfully, I can read. I can read books. I can see to crochet. I can't see anything a little bit further away. I can't see a thing. Anybody that's across the road, the houses across the road are just like a blur. I know they're there, and I used to be able to see them, but now they're blurred. It's like seeing everything through fuzzy glass, whatever you want to call it, or having, Vaseline, petroleum jelly over your eyeballs, yeah. Oh, hi, Madeleine. I would love to be rich enough to be able to go to a perfumier where they find out what all your traits are and what your smells are, and they make a perfume exactly right for you. And it's your signature scent, yeah? And I would think that would be gorgeous, yeah. It would probably cost about £100 for a vial of it, a little vial of it. No, I can see everything perfectly from here to there. And yet they're telling me when I have my cataracts done, I probably won't be able to read. And I'm like, which is the worst bit? I can see where I'm going. But at the moment, I read without glasses. All right, Connie, you're leaving us. Right, we'll see you next week, dear. Oh, I smell gorgeous now. I don't look gorgeous, but I smell gorgeous. And if that fly doesn't stop buzzing me, it's like a kamikaze pilot, that fly. It's like zoom, zoom, zoom. It's like it's like the red arrows, going around my head. It's doing a flying display. Barrel rolls and the lot, around my head. It followed me because it was in my bedroom, I think, before, unless it's a separate fly that's in my bedroom. If I had hairspray here, I would zap it. Make its wings stick together. I know it's a horrible death for a fly. But I want one of those things that they have in food shops. It looks like electric light and it goes zzz, when the fly comes anywhere near it and zaps it. Yeah. I need to get up early in the morning, otherwise I'll have gone tomorrow and I won't know what days they're coming for Poppy. Right, that's the lilac done. So I've got 10 squares now that look like that. My next colour is yellow or lemon, whatever colour you want to call it. Lemon. I love lemon. Doesn't like me, but I like lemon. I used to have a little jumpsuit in lemon when I had very dark hair. It used to suit me when I was dark haired. I had a little jumpsuit in lemon. Mine was like that in those days. I used to think I was the bee's knees. And I was. I wasn't really. I thought I was. I think if you think you are when you're going out, if you think you look great, it makes your night, doesn't it? I used to always, yeah, it's double net, yeah. Yeah, I can text me some, but not now. He's in bed now. They'll be asleep because they're leaving in the morning. Why, the thrum of the motorbike should wake me up. It's a big motorbike. My niece had never seen it, so I opened the garage and I said, that's what they're going on. He goes, oh, it's a big beast, isn't it? I said, it has to be because it's holding two of them and a load of luggage. Mine, they're not camping. They're booked in hotels night to night. Except one night they're going glamping. One of those posh tents. They're going glamping. I can text him at night when he gets to his hotel. When he gets to about 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, I'll be able to text him. But I won't be able to text him when he's on his bike because he won't be able to. Well, he wouldn't hear the phone anyway. And he wouldn't be able to answer me, would he, while he's riding along the road? So we shall see. So I'll be able to sing it, I'm alone, am I? They're going on a motorbike, Ella, not each. My daughter-in-law can't use her motorbike at the moment because she had knee replacement surgery. So she can sit on the back, she can pillion, but she wouldn't be able to control her bike, with her knees. So she's not going on her bike. They bought the big bike. Yeah, the fly is still buzzing, Lydia. So they bought a big bike so they can go together. It's a big BMW, it's massive, it's huge thing. I'm not all over the motorbikes, but they love them, so whatever turns them on, I'm sure I had a picture of his bike. Gallery. Oh, those are the squares I've made. Well, those are the first 30 squares I was making. La 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 la. What was that? Oh, that was me linked up to me stuff. I'm sure I've got a picture of his bike. Got pictures of shells, pictures of everything, pictures of dolls. Everything under the sun. Known to man, but none of his bike. Could have sworn I took one. Aha, I did. Don't know whether you can see it or not. That's a big beast. A big beast of a bike. There it is. That's a big one. Woo! No, it's the fly buzzing. I don't have a clock that makes noises in here. Shad complained about my ticking clock, so now I don't have one. I have a non-ticking clock. I couldn't even get my leg over that bike. My son's a big lad. He's just shy of 6 foot. He never quite made the 6 foot, which really upset him. I think he's about ½ inch short. But he's a powerful boy. He's not fat. He's just a big, powerful boy. You need to be big. It was no good being a bantamweight, is it, to get on that bike? I tell you, if that bike started to drop, when you were little, you'd be squashed because it's a heavy thing. It's really heavy, Ella. If somebody was tiny, you got to be a big guy to ride that thing. If you were teeny weeny and whatever, you'd never ride it. His everyday bike's not that big. The bike he uses to go to work with, it's not that big. It's a Fleetwood Fly, yeah. It's a cheeky Fleetwood Fly, and it'll soon be a dead fly if I have my hands on it. How much is gas in the UK? Too much. Too much. It's about 3 times as much as it is in America. It makes me smile when you complain how much a gallon it is. We pay that much for a litre. What you pay for a gallon in America, we pay for a litre. Miguel's always saying, oh, I've got to pay so much for the gas. And I'm like, come to England, mate. Come to England. You wouldn't be able to go to McDonald's with the price of the gas you put in. Yeah, I'm on yellow now. My son had an American car one time. It was not a cabriolet. And it used to use about a gallon before he got out of the drive. Big black American car. What on earth he bought it for? I have no idea. He couldn't afford to run it. It was too expensive, like I say. Took him a gallon to get out the drive. Camara, that's what it was. A Camara, if you know what one of those was. A big black thing. I'm going back many, many years. They'd be like vintage now. He'd be in his 20s, I think, when he had that. So it'd be about 20 or 30 years ago he had that Camara. He used to take up the whole of the drive. It was that big. What the heck does anybody want a car that big for? It looked good in the drive. I think he fancied himself with it, big American car, Couldn't afford the thing. I once went for a ride and he went round the block. I think he said, you owe me about a tenner now, Mother, for the petrol to go round the block. The lad across the road's got a Porsche. Has he got a Porsche? That makes such a row when he starts it up. It's noisier than the motorbike. I don't know what he's got one of them for. He's got 2 kids. Can't get 2 kids and a wife in a Porsche. That's one thing I've never ever wanted. You know, even when I was young, never wanted a sports car. My friend used to have one. We used to go out for rides in her sports car. It was a vintage one. It was really like from the 20s or the 30s. It was a vintage car. We used to have all the men look. I was only a teenager or maybe 20. No. Yeah, I might have been. No, I'd be a teenager because I wasn't married or engaged. We used to have this pre-select, it was. If you ever know what a pre-select is. Pre-select is where you put it into gear and then you take your clutch up. It's a stick shift, of course, which, you know, gearbox as we call them, which in America nobody ever seems to have. And it was a vintage. It was a kind, you know, with the buckles on the bonnet, you know, the hood as you call it, the bonnet. It had like the leather strap buckles on it. It was a vintage car. It was gorgeous. Her dad had bought it for her. Well, they had loads of money. Loads of money. I always remember she was called Avril. I used to love going out with her in that car. Whenever we stopped, we'd get like men crowding round the car. You know, like, oh, can we look under the bonnet, you know? Midlife crisis? No, he's only young across the road. He's only about 30. So it's not a midlife crisis. Usually when it's a sports car, it's some old bald old fella, isn't it? Because they have to be a bald old fella to be able to afford a sports car or a footballer, yeah. Yeah, he's only young. He's got 2 little kiddies, only tiny kids. So it's not a midlife crisis. I don't know what he's going through over there. But he's definitely got a Porsche. He's got another car as well. That's his Sunday car, you know. I think it's when he goes out on his own car. He does let his wife drive it occasionally. I know when I was a teenager and you'd see these fantastic cars and you'd think, oh, and you'd look and you'd think, oh my God. There was always some fella in his 50s. Well, when you're a teenager, that's like ancient, isn't it, you know? And you used to think, what a shame. Some bald old bloke's got a lovely car like that. But of course, the young lads in our day couldn't afford a car like that. They'd be driving a rattle trap, you know, with the floor falling out of it. Any guy who had a car when I was growing up thought they were everything. I was the one with a car. I had a car from being 17. I had a car. Yeah. My dad was very overprotective. I told you I was beaten up when I was 17. I was walking down the street minding my own business and this guy attacked me. And he broke my nose and busted me. I've got stitches all down there, and down that side there, and all across underneath inside. So after that, my dad wouldn't let me out on my own. So he bought me a car, which peed my brother off no end because he was 8 years older than me. He didn't buy him one. But my dad he just said either you drive a car or you don't go out, you know. Oh, you're on an all-night catfishing trip. Right, okay. See you later, Shad. Catcher. Can you eat catfish? I wouldn't have thought you could have ate catfish. They don't sound very appetising. You're running out of charge. Right, night, Tracy. I've got backache. It's this damn chair. And that fly isn't helping matters. You're getting cheeky now, fly. It's doing the barrel roll underneath now. Not on top anymore. It's going underneath. Yeah, I won't be finishing these squares off tonight. I've got to do the lemon, and then I've got 2 more colours to do, so I won't be finishing them. No, you missed the crisps. I've eaten them, Lydia. And I've eaten a piece of cake. That was my great-grandson's birthday cake. I was waiting for Miguel to come so I could have eaten birthday cake with him, but he didn't come on, so I ate the cake. Oh, I've got backache. Oh, dear. It's fun getting old, you know. I recommend it to everybody. Not. My mother used to say that. Every age has got its compensations, but I'm still looking for one for old age. We've always been hard workers in our family. Really, really hard workers. And my mother used to say, you know, you've got so much hard work in you, then you wear yourself out. And I used to begin to think that now. Because I've always worked darn hard all my life. Never stopped morning till night. The lady across the road used to say to me, where do you get your energy from? She said, you're always on the go, on the go. She said, you're up in the morning before you go to work, you're cleaning your windows and put the washing out and everything before you even go to work. Then I used to come home and I'd start, you know, cooking, cleaning, ironing, seeing to the kid, you know, taking him wherever he had to go, Cub Scouts, swimming lessons, wherever. And then in the evening, I used to be knitting on the knitting machine or crocheting, whatever. I never used to stop. I'd get up early in the morning sometimes and I'd be finishing some knitting off or finishing some crochet off. I must have been mental. It's no wonder I'm worn out. And on my day off, I used to go and clean my mother-in-law's house, top to bottom. Not that she appreciated it, but yeah, as if I hadn't got enough of my own house and a baby. I'm working full time. I don't know how I did it. I do not know how I did it. But you do when you're younger, don't you? You've got the energy of everybody. So it's no wonder my bones have given up the ghost. I think all the energy in my life, I've used it up. My son says I'm lazy now, but I mean, God, I've done my bit. When you're thinking about 20 years ago, somebody my age would be considered to be ancient. You know, if somebody died about 70, you'd say, oh, they've had a good innings. And now I'm thinking, I'm going to be here till I'm 90. I want to be, yeah. Yeah, I used to clean my mother-in-law's house because she was, you know, mental issues. Nutty as a fruit cake, in other words. And her house was like going to rack and ruin, so I used to go and clean her house, top to bottom. No, she was completely unappreciative. She didn't lift a hand's turn from me cleaning it from one week to the other. I've never known anybody with dust in their bath. That was my mother-in-law's house, dust in the bath. I used to do her washing as well. I forgot about that bit. And do her shopping. I must have been crackers. As you say, full-time work with a young baby and doing other people's washing and cleaning. I must have been absolutely nutty. It was me that was nutty as a fruitcake. Now, looking back, I don't know how I did it. Yeah, I used to stay up late finishing orders off to do crocheting and stuff. Knitting on my knitting machine, making cardigans to earn some extra money because we didn't have any money. When I look back at my life, I think I must have been crazy. I look at the young ones today and they're sitting on their backsides, aren't they? Watching soap and too busy on their phones. Snapchat or something, or Instagram or whatever they call it these days. TikTok. Who the hell's got time to TikTok? Oh, you must be joking, Lydia. He didn't even do it in his own house. I was a mug. I used to do it all. Everything. Whole house, everything. Cook, clean. I think if I'd have shoved the brush up my backside, I think he'd have let me. But that was the way I was brought up. I was brought up to be a hard worker. I was brought up not to sit on your bottom and do nothing. I still can't do it today. I still cannot sit in a chair and watch TV. I can't do it. You got to cut it, or make sure you leave them long. Don't cut it short. Yeah, oh, I must have been crazy. When I look back on my life, I won't say I wasted my life, but I spent a lot of my life. It's no wonder my knees are worn out. I spend a lot of my time on my knees, scrubbing people's floors and sweeping people's stairs and up and downstairs at the shop. The stock room was upstairs. We had the shop downstairs with small amounts. And then you get somebody who wanted 20 bowls of this or 20 bowls of that, so you had to run upstairs to the stock room to see if you had any upstairs. Then I spent half my life up a ladder. I was up a great big tall ladder putting stuff on the shelf the day before I had my son. I worked up to the day I had my son. And the customers are saying, get down, when's your due date? I'm saying tomorrow. And they're going, get off the ladder. And I'm going, I'm fine, I'm all right, yeah. That's where I was, top of a ladder, the day before I had my son. I did actually have the day off. What did I do on the day I had my son? I dragged my knitting machine downstairs, all the way downstairs, dragged it all down, put it all up in the front room, and then went into labour. So I carried on the knitting machine, and I phoned my mum up and I said, I think I'm in labour. And she goes, you'll know if you're in labour. I said, well, I'm having pains every 3 minutes. She said, you need to go to hospital. I'll send your dad. Gets to hospital and the pain stopped. Oh dear. But then they started again. I just, if I sit not doing anything, watching the TV, I just go to sleep. How people can sit night after night just at the TV, not doing anything except at the TV, I don't know how they do it. If I wasn't doing anything, my mother used to say, the devil makes work for idle hands. If you've got nothing to do, I'll find you something to do. There's ironing needs doing if you're not doing anything. Ooh. You weren't allowed to sit in the house and do nothing in our house. My dad was. My brother was. Not me. There's dishes need washing in the sink if you're not doing anything. Or there's ironing needs doing if you're not doing anything. And you could change your bed, couldn't you, and wash your bed linen if you're doing nothing. Tell me about it. I was like Cinderella. Come home from school. Pile of homework to do. My mother said, I've got a shopping list for you to do. So she'd give me this shopping list to do. And then she'd say, right, you can either go and make the tea or you can stand in the shop and serve the customers while I go and make the tea. I said, I've got my homework to do. You have to do it later. So then I get 3 hours homework. So I'm not starting my homework until like 7 o'clock, 7:30 at night after I've had my tea. And then at 10 o'clock, my mum's saying, you'll have to go to bed now. You never get up in the morning. But Mum, I haven't done my homework. Oh, can't our Colin do anything? No, he's a man. Oh, God, you daren't say. You daren't say you were bored and you daren't say I've got nothing to do in our house because you get something found for you. I worked in the shop from being, 13? I was a Saturday girl from being 13 years old. I had to serve customers and everything, do the shopping, try to do my homework, 3 hours a night homework I used to have. The kids today, they don't know the bar. If there was such a thing as a PlayStation, I wouldn't have had time to play on it. Come to play the video game at all. Wouldn't have had time. I used to be half watching Coronation Street because I used to watch it in those days, the good old days. When it was actually interesting. I mean, now it's a load of, My mum would say, you're doing your homework. Are you watching the telly? I'm doing my homework. Well, you don't look so you're doing it to me. Look like you're watching the telly. I'll switch it off. You don't concentrate on your homework, I'll switch it off. Oh, dearie me. Or go in the kitchen. That was one of her other ones. If you're doing your homework, go in the kitchen. It's cold in the kitchen. You'll soon warm up. Shut the door. Yeah, it was the wool shop. We lived on the premises of our very first wool shop. We lived behind the store, if you know what I mean. So you couldn't get away from it. It wasn't like they locked it up and shut it down and went home. We lived it. So you couldn't get away from it no matter how hard you tried. Yeah. And she thought I was watching the telly or something like that. She put me in the kitchen when it was cold. No central heating back in those days. I'd be freezing. My fingers would be dropping off with the cold. Can I put the heater on, Mum? No. Get your work done. You'll soon warm up. Oh my God, she was hard, my mother. Never mollycoddle me, that's for sure. I mean, I was well loved, don't get me wrong, and I was looked after. I used to get fed and watered. But I never had an easy childhood. I think slave labour comes to mind. If you want to go out Saturday night, you'll have to go in the shop to earn the money to go. You don't work in the shop, you don't get any money, so therefore you won't be going dancing, will you? But Mum, I wanted to go to the market with my friends. No. You don't work in the shop, you don't earn your money, you don't get your oddie, that's your odd money, your pocket money. You don't get your oddie, so you won't be able to go dancing, will you? It was fun. But having said that, I mean, the 60s were the best days of my life, really. Thoroughly enjoyed myself in my 60s. I still managed to find time to get out as a teenager. Sundays I got the day off. I was allowed to go out. We used to go walking around the park in the afternoon, me and my girlfriends, big gaggle of us. And then we would go to the cinema in the evening. See what was at the local cinema. Saturday nights was always dancing. We used to go not ballroom dancing, but you know what I mean, dancing. Later on it was like disco dancing, but before it was discos, it used to be just dancing, yeah. No, my mother was one of the 4 eldest ones of 16 children. So she had to go out to work in the cotton mill when she was young, because they went out to work at 15 in those days. And then she'd have to come back home and start peeling potatoes and making dinner and looking after the young ones. So my mother knew what it was like to be a hard worker. So it just was the way she was brought up. So that's the way she brought me up. But the boys, you see, never did anything in my mum's family. The boys were always like gods. They didn't have to make the dinner or do out like that. Girls were the ones who had to do the washing and the ironing for 16 kids, yeah. Bath the little one. My dad used to say when he was courting my mother, he used to go up after work and he used to have to help her to bath the little ones before they could go out on a date. Or he's been standing there peeling potatoes before they could even go out on a date. Because when she was like about 20, you know, the little ones were there's like 20 years between the eldest ones and the youngest ones. So the youngest ones would be babies or 2-3-year-old. So she had to make sure that they were all bathed and ready for bed before they could go out on a date. My dad used to say that he must have been keen on my mother to put up with all that. My mother was a worker. She was a worker, my mum. She never stopped. I think that's where I got it from. I've never stopped. It's only lately my son calls me lazy now, but I mean, I am lazy now compared to what I used to be. But I think I've earned the right to be lazy. I wore myself out when I was young. You've eaten it, have you? Right, okay, though. You've eaten your Wendy's, whatever Wendy's is. We don't have Wendy's over here, so I don't know what they are. Oh, yeah, my son calls me lazy now because I don't cook or anything like that. But that was the agreement when I came here. I came here to be looked after. So I'm not going to start doing cleaning and cooking and what the heck. I've got my ready meals in for next week while I'm on my own. I'm not cooking. I've got sausages, I'll do that. I've got bacon or eggs, I'll do them. But am I cooking any dinners? Nah, I'm not doing that. I intend to sort out that shed this week while I'm on my own. Oh, you had a bacon cheeseburger, right? Okay, no, we don't have Wendy's over here. Well, I don't think we do. I've never heard of them anyway. Well, I've heard of them in America, but I've never heard of them over here. No, I intend to get stuck in with the shed this week while I'm on my own and I can make a mess. Because I need to drag everything out of the shed to sort it all out, yeah. Oh, I don't like them little stick things that they call fries at McDonald's. They're not even proper chips. I think they said they're extruded mash that's fried. They're hollow, aren't they? They're not proper chips. Don't think they've seen a potato fruit. Or if they have, they're pulverised bits of potato. Now I'm going to take everything out of the shed, all my stuff out of the shed, put it in the conservatory while I can, while they're not here to moan. I'm going to put up the, I've got a load of coat hangers. I'm going to put up the clothes rail and sort out all the clothes into like categories and see what I've actually got left and size-wise and whatever. I'm going to do all that this week. I've been wanting to do it since I got here, but I've never had the room. And I can't do it in my shed because my shed's too crowded. I need to take it all out to see what it is, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to have a beefer. I might make videos and show you what I'm doing. Well, I should do. I'll make sure my camera's charged up. Yeah, the conservatory has not got a lot in it at the minute. So it'll make the perfect background of nothingness. And it's huge, the conservatory. So I can spread out all over the place. Make a huge, huge mess. It's the only opportunity I'll have to do it all. So I'm going to make the best of it, the most of it. She crocheted her own curtains. Oh my goodness me, no, I've never been that. I wouldn't mind making those mandalas. I've got some, when I get into the shed, I've got a couple of rings, you know, to crochet. What do I store my bamboo crochet hooks at? I've got a zip case that, it was GB Maltese. Grace sent it to me. Excuse me, back. Oh, and I've got to sew the pockets on that jacket I made for Sue. I store them in here. It's got, well, you can see it, 2 divisions like that and then it's also got zip compartments here. We can put things in there and a zip compartment on the other side. You put things in there, and then yeah, I'll do videos. It's about no, I'll keep them in there. It's padded. I think she got it from Amazon. I think she got it from me. It just got a little thing on saying crochet. Don't think you can see it. It's just embossed. It doesn't have a brand. It just says. It looks like KP or something, crochet. I keep them all in there. No, it just, I think it says KP or K something. I don't know whether you can see it or not. There. That's all that's embossed on it. So, I have seen them though. I'm sure she got it me from Amazon. But she might have got it because she's in America, so she might have got it somewhere. Maybe like Michael's or whatever. The zip's closed, so it keeps them safe. Yeah, I made the pockets for Sue's jacket. She doesn't know she's getting it. I've got to sew them on, the pockets. I've done the jacket. Yeah, they could be Knitter's Pride. I don't know. I'm not, not well up with brands in America. Yeah, I did the jacket. The jacket's all done. It actually needs blocking, but we've no tables here. I've done the jacket, but I've got to sew the pockets on. But I need to lay it flat somewhere so that I can get the pockets level. I've been putting it off and putting it off. You fell asleep, Kaz? I can't do that. I can't fall asleep. Yeah, she doesn't know she's getting it because she doesn't watch my lives. So I'm okay. So long as I don't show it on one of my ordinary videos because she might see it then. I will take pictures of it, obviously, to keep. But she'd seen one I'd made, but I'd sold that one. And she said to me, "Oh, I really like that jacket you made." I mean, this one isn't the same colours. I couldn't remember what colours I'd used. But I sold the other one. She goes, "Did you sell that jacket? I really like that jacket." So I thought, when she comes down, because I told you she went miles out of her way to pick me that doll's house up. And so I made her that jacket. Yeah, I'll be going to bed soon. I wanted to finish these squares. I'm going to try and finish this lemon off. Then I've got 10 squares that look like that. But yeah, they're a pain in the bee to do, Kaz. There are so many ends to, and every row is different. Some rows are done in my treble, your double crochet. Some rows are done in half trebles. They're all different colours. And I mean, Kelly did one and she really got fed up. I finished up finishing it off because she got so fed up with it. She's crocheting a jacket at the moment, if you've not watched her video. She's crocheting a jacket in sort of like a creamy colour with bits of flex colour in it. I think it's for her she's making it. She's getting better, Kelly, but she's not like me. Half treble will be a half double crochet for you in the US. So there's double crochets, there's half double crochets, and there's single crochets all in the jacket in different places with different colours. So you've got to. I would have thought if you did it all in one colour, it'd be very boring because it would just be a boring old jacket, wouldn't it? Unless you use like rainbow wool that change colours. I don't think it would look anything at all if you did it in one colour. I mean, that's what makes it, is the way the colours are and the way the design is. When I do my videos, I've got some like campfire type jackets that are done in flex colours, like colour with hoods on. I've got 3 of them. I've got all sorts. I've got an off-the-shoulder sweater done in granny squares. I've got a jacket done in granny squares. All that I'll be putting up. But I'm not going back on Etsy because I'm fed up with them. Because now you've got to give your income tax numbers or something, which I don't have because I'm not American. Because if anybody buys things from me that's in American, they're going to have to pay some kind of tax or other. I don't understand. So a little longer is hard to do. I've made this longer and it's mucked up the pattern, really. It's mucked it up because it's spoiled the line a bit to me. Oh. It's a bomber jacket. It's not a long jacket. I've put some extra rows at the bottom, like there. But to me, it's kind of spoilt the line because you see where it's supposed to all go round like that, all the way round like that. But me sticking rows extra on the bottom has kind of spoilt the line of it to me. It spoilt the look of it. But I knew that Sue would want it that tiny bit longer. But to me, it's ruined it. It should carry on going round in that kind of shape. But then it would be wider. I mean, people have said to me, oh, can you make me one? I thought, no. Or can you make me one, but I want it hip length. I want it longer. And I'm going like, it just ruins it. It ruins the look of it. So no, and I won't make them for anybody else. I made it for Sue, but I would never want to make another one. That'll be the 4th one I'd made. I've got a black one for sale, but it's a short one. It's only one to the waist. It's just short. But if you watch my videos, you'll see what I've got to sell. So I'm not going back on Etsy because of all this tax situation. I don't know what it means for anybody who's buying from me that's in the States. I don't know whether they'd have to pay extra tax on it or what. I won't know what, but I mean, if they start taking the tax off my money, then I might as well just give them away because, I wouldn't even be getting back the money for the wool. I just got sick of Etsy. Taking money. Yeah, Kelly's done some kind of hexagon jackets and things, yeah. I mean, you can do a different hexagon pattern that makes it longer, but not that particular one. That particular one is only a boxy jacket. And you can't really make it longer. The hooded jackets I've made are longer, but they're not done in different colours like that. They're done in wool that's got different colours in it. I've got 3 of them with hoods to sell. I need to look what I've got. I've got so much stuff in there, I don't know what I've got. But I'm not going back on Etsy. I don't know how the hell I'm going to sell it on. But I don't understand about this tax. I don't know whether it means I've got to pay the tax or a customer's got to pay the tax. I don't know what it means. But I mean, if I've got to pay the tax, then, obviously I would have to put the price on my jumpers up. Oh, you found the case. Goody, goody. As I say, I didn't buy it, so I don't know. I mean, they take all the pleasure out of trying to sell things these days, you know. Everybody wants their cut out of you. It seems like they want to make the money, and yet we're the ones who are doing the work, you know. To me, I don't find that fair. But just because they've got a selling site that, yes, I can understand I've got to pay a fee to sell something, I can understand it. But when they start doing value added tax and taxing different, and like taxing different um, states have got different tax laws and stuff. I don't know. It just puts me off. It just makes everything hard work. Not knowing how much I'm actually going to finish up with. Yeah, but it means I can't calculate how much I'm going to finish up with. You know, before they would take a certain percentage so you knew what you were going to finish up with. But now, I just don't know anymore. And I don't have an American tax number anyway. It just seems to me that they're just gearing everything towards America. American people selling on Etsy to American people. And that if you're in the UK, oh, tough, sell to your own kind, you know, don't come on ours. Don't be selling to American people if you're in the UK. Yeah, right, fine. So I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I will try and find a way. I cannot afford to donate, give them away. I cannot afford. I need to at least get the money back for the yarn. Yeah, this is what I don't know, Chris. I really don't. I can't understand it. They write it all out in gobbledygook, and I don't know anybody that I can ask that I know who sells things to the US, and I don't know how it works. You know, whether they take it off me, the tax, or whether they charge it to the customer. But either way, you know, it affects my prices because I'm like up against people who are selling in the US to the people in the US. And of course, they're getting a lot of subsidized. Um, yeah, he's black inside, yeah. They're getting subsidized postage. The tax is paid by the customer. Well, that's not too bad then. It's bad enough because Etsy takes a big enough cut off me. Yeah, but you know, I'm competing price-wise then with people who are American, making in America and selling to Americans, where they've got like a fixed small amount of postage. They can buy one of those bargain boxes or whatever they call and send things that way. Whereas it's going to cost me about at least 20 quid, about $25 to you, just to post anything from here to you. This is why I've kind of given up, although I've got loads of stuff still to sell. Because it's off-putting. It's just, you know, I don't make enough profit. I don't make enough stuff. No, it's not purple on the inside. It's purple on the outside. I inherited stitches, but it's black on the inside. Oh yeah, yeah. They charge you the percentage. The percentage that they take off you, they include the postage in that. So if I'm paying, say, just for an argument's sake, 10%, they don't just take 10% off my garment, they take 10% out of the whole amount, including the postage, which I think is wrong because, I mean, we've got no control over the postage. You know, it's... oh, yeah, mine's purple on the outside in Heritage Stitches, yeah. I mean, postage is not something that they should be taking a percentage of, because postage is something that people have no control over. It's a fixed amount, isn't it? You know, I mean, eBay don't. You know, so I don't see why Etsy should take the postage. You know, they didn't used to. But it's when they started this, you'll sell more things if you sell it. If you say it's postage free, you'll sell more things. But of course it isn't postage free because you've got to add the postage into the cost of the actual thing that you're selling. So then that gives them the right to charge you the whatever 10% or something off the whole amount, which is ludicrous because you've included the postage in that, which you... that's what makes me so angry with Etsy, because they're screwing us over left, right and centre. You know, and it's just like, they're in it for the money, let's face it. They're not in it to help people. They used to be, you know, for the small crafter. But now they're letting all this junk come in from China and everywhere else. And everybody can sell on there. It's nothing to do with, like, small crafters anymore, yeah. Well, they wanted me to say postage free, Chris, which meant I had to put a certain price, which A, put people off. And also it meant I was overcharging people who were buying me from the UK. I couldn't say it's postage free in the UK, but if you're in the US, you have to pay this, that, and the other. There was no allowance for me to say that. So I had to put a price for the garment, which included the price of the postage to the States, yeah, which meant that anybody buying from me in the UK was being overcharged. You know, so it was... and I couldn't give them a rebate because Etsy had already taken the money off me, you know, including the postage. I was just over... I just got so angry with them, I just closed the shop down. But now I'm stuck with all the stuff that I want to sell. It's just... it just annoys me. And people say, oh, try New Monday, or try Marketplace and that. Marketplace want things for free, or for a £5, you know. They don't want to pay. eBay is the same. Everybody wants things for a bargain. There's just no... That's why I've decided I'm not making any more stuff for anybody. I'm not taking any more orders. I'm not doing anything like that. If I make anything in the future, I will try to sell it in some way or another. But there's no way I'm taking any orders anymore. It made me ill. Made me ill. People, can I have it in fine wool? Can I have it longer? Can I have it this? Can you do my arms this? And they'd all be women with about 60-inch busts, you know. And yet they didn't want to pay extra for the wool, because it used to take me twice as much wool to make for them because they were so big. Can you make me a cardigan in a 5X? And I'm like, what? No. I'm like making a bloody rug. I'm making a throw. Yeah, I'd like it in cotton, or I'd like it in cashmere. And can I have it in fine? Because being a big girl, I don't want anything too heavy. Oh, God, go get knotted. And then I had one woman who sent me something back and wanted a refund. I didn't realise it was this heavy. I thought, it's cotton. You know, come on. You saw it on the picture. Oh God, that silk yarn. Oh, that was a nightmare. That I could not. I've crocheted all my life. I could not crochet that brown silk. And I looked her up. That woman, she was absolutely loaded. She ran a business. You know, one of these self-help type dada. You know, where they go around motivational speaker. And the address, the house she lived in was massive. Great, big, massive, expensive house. And yet she's telling me I shouldn't take orders if I can't crochet. Yes, I can crochet, my dear, but I can't crochet crap. She'd paid £13 a ball for it, Nathan, and it was 25 gram balls. Am I on Instagram? I am. Yes, Inherited Stitches. I am on Instagram. There you are. I've got 10 squares that are that big now. I've got 2 more colours to do. I've got green to go around next, and then the last one is pink. Yeah, I said get knotted, yeah. That's a kind of polite way of saying, you know, go and take a long walk on a short pier. Yeah. Oh, the people with money are the worst people ever to crochet for, Nathan. The worst. The people who have no money appreciate things more and want to give you more money. They say, oh, you sure you charged enough? But the rich people, they're like Shylock. They want a pound of flesh. Yeah, the jacket I made, you know, like the one I've just shown you, the first one I made in black. A lady said, how much? And I said, oh, I said it'd be 100 quid, you know, with the postage and that. And she went, a bargain. She just went, a bargain. You're not charging enough. It's a work of art, she said. I'm like, want more customers like that. I mean, they take me well over a week to make them. And I'm not a slow crocheter. Yeah, she said. And then when she finally got it, she said, absolutely beautiful. She said, you are it's a work of art. Everything's darned in, she said. Beautiful inside and out. You could wear it inside out, she said. It's gorgeous. What, you've never heard people say get knotted before? We said that over here a lot, don't we, Nathan? Somebody says, will you do this, that, and the other? You say, oh, get knotted. Yeah. I'll take a long walk on a short pier. People who appreciate the work goes into knitting and crocheting are crafters. Getting knotted is a bit like saying like Inherited Stitches. It's a bit like saying that. It's a polite way of saying F off. Well, it is now almost 1 o'clock and I'm eating chocolate, which is going to sit well with me. We're going to sleep, isn't it? So by the time I took my makeup off, made myself a drink so I can take my tablets, decided that I'm not sleepy because I've had too much coffee, and try and get to sleep. You thought I was vaping? Oh no, it's a twirl. It's chocolate-like. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's hard to show. It's like a ripple of chocolate. Like that. like a flake with a cover on it. What nut is your fruit cake? Yeah, we said that as well. There's lots of sayings. You probably have them as well, you know. A sandwich short of a picnic. A bottle short of a crate, you know. Not got all his chairs at home. We've got all kinds of sayings like that. No, we say bent as a 9-bob note. Because there used to be 10 shilling notes back in the ages, and a shilling was a bob. Like you have dollars and dimes and God knows what. Well, a 10 bob note was a 10 shilling note. So when somebody was a bit bent or, you know, a bit crooked or whatever you want to call them, you say as bent as a 9-bob note, yeah. Yeah, not playing with the full deck, that's another one, yeah. There's quite a lot of sayings. We used to have pennies. Yeah, we'd said the lift doesn't go to the top floor because we don't use the word elevator, but yeah, we said the lift doesn't go to the top floor. Or the lights are on, but there's nobody home, yeah. That's another one, yeah. There's lots of sayings that people say. I don't know whether the Brits have got more local sayings than you have, I don't know. We have lots of them over here. Yeah, we say that a lot. The lights are on, but there's nobody home. At least you didn't say a nice rack, did you? Just you said a deck. I mean, we have lots of. I think a lot of our dialect sayings are probably dying out because people don't use them the same. You know, it's just one of them things, yeah. Oh, lost his marbles, yeah. We've done all that. Yeah, Miguel never made it. I don't know where he is. He probably fell asleep knowing Miguel. Or he's doing his washing somewhere. Maybe he's out celebrating his birthday. I don't know. Although when I wished him happy birthday, he said he'd had a quiet one. So, yeah, not a full shilling. Yeah, that's another one. We have lots and lots of sayings, yeah. Right, people, it is now almost 1 o'clock, so, and I've been on almost 4 hours, so you tag me on Instagram. Okay. I'm not looking at it tonight because I'm going to bed now. So, I hope he didn't fall asleep in the chicken coop. You never know with Miguel, though. Yeah, sandwich short of a picnic, yeah. Yeah, I need to wake up tomorrow because I need to find out when the guy's going to walk the dog. But you might see me on video tomorrow. I might still be wearing this dress because I like to wear them 2 days and dirty them out before I walk them. I wash them. I've only had this on half the day, so I'll be wearing it again tomorrow. Yeah. So I'm going to go, and I shall see you all next week, or I might see you all in the week because I'm on my own. I can sing and dance and do throat up, yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry about your rough couple of weeks, Chris. Yeah. I didn't say anything today because we sort of went into it the other day, didn't we, Chris? So it's not that I'm unfeeling. You will return. You will come back. What did Arnie say? I'll be back. Yeah. Is it Arnie who said that? I'll be back. Something like that, didn't he? Anyway, yeah, I'll be back next week. And I may be back in the week with a video from my conservatory with a million. It'll be a mess everywhere. There'll be jumpers all over the sofas. It'll be a hell on legs. I love it, but nobody else will. So I shall say bye, everybody. So bye. See you all next week. Bye now.